While others perish under lightning strikes, the Thunder God chose this youth as his successor. Inheriting divine lightning, he obliterates anyone in his path with absolute, godlike devastation. Yet, betrayed by the 7 great sects, Wu Jun is reborn to claim his legendary revenge. Reincarnated into a drunkard's ruined body with chaotic energy, he seems beyond saving. Relying on ancient experience, he uses the Thunder Gate technique to rebuild his foundation. He clears his 9 blocked meridians, quickly recovering a portion of his former legendary power. Goal 1. Seize the family throne and crush the traitors. He seeks his genius brother. His brother 𝑰𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆, a child military strategist, suggests clearing pirates to gain political merit. The next day, while scouting the port, they encounter the fierce Longbang pirates. Wu Jun strikes like a lightning bolt, boarding the enemy ship to test his body. With incredible speed, he kills 1 pirate instantly before preparing his true lightning storm. A massive explosion wipes them out. His brother arrives to find only scattered corpses. His brother celebrates the victory, but the subordinate San Kung feels deeply insulted. San Kung won't let the credit be stolen and immediately challenges Wu Jun to battle. Wu Jun accepts. San Kung's full power attack feels like a mere tickle to him. He stops a full punch one-handed and slams San Kung down. Absolute submission follows. San Kung begs to be his disciple. Wu Jun begins training the entire crew. Returning home, he meets his stunning fiancée and realizes the host was a fool. While discussing strategy with 𝑰𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆, his fiancée Ye-sang accidentally overhears their secret plan. She steps in, offering her entire family's fortune to help reclaim Longhai Island. Meanwhile, the greedy pirates plan to ambush Wu Jun's cargo ship for its riches. They learn of a big shipment and prepare a trap, ecstatic for easy loot. Their strategist plans a diversion against fishing boats to trick the local guards. Then, elite killers will raid the cargo ship. It is a seemingly perfect plan, but 𝑰𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 predicted this and gives Wu Jun the perfect counter-strategy to win. The next morning, black smoke rises as the pirates' trap is finally sprung. The fake battle draws the guards away, exactly as the enemy strategist intended. Suddenly, Wu Jun's ship is surrounded. He tells his fiancée, "Do not be afraid. No matter how many they are no match for me," he declares. Ye-sang snaps back, "I am a merchant leader. I am always ready for this. Just do not overpromise." Wu Jun laughs, seeing her bold spirit has finally awakened. He feels relieved. Ye-sang blushes, thinking he is just teasing her again. Her merchant spirit is fierce, but her face turns red at his playful laughter. Switching to serious mode, Wu Jun draws his blade with chilling, absolute confidence. "I will not let them touch this ship with even 1 finger. Trust me." His aura is overwhelming. Across the water, the pirate captain orders a total massacre. "Kill everyone except the woman," he yells as they prepare to board. But before they move, a monstrous energy shatters the pirate ship's massive hull. Confusion reigns as the flagship breaks. Wu Jun calmly boards the enemy ship. "I tried to blow you all away at once." He mocks the entire crew. "You survived? Not bad for a flagship. But you are all dead anyway." His words are like iron. Captain Jia Kang is terrified by his overwhelming power. How is he alive? This energy is unlike anything I have ever seen. Sensing his fear, the elite Fujian trio steps forward to face the monster. "Stand back, Captain. This man is dangerous." The real battle finally begins. The enemy fleet arrives. San Kung claims the right side as they both leap forth. They board the Hailong vessel while Voquan faces the Fujian trio on the warship. "So you're the White Sword's heir? A pathetic loser like you. Wants to play hero? Bold of you to defy the Fujian trio." Voquan cuts them off. "Enough talk. Come at me." His arrogance stings. The Fujian leader snaps. He swings a massive blade at Voquan's head. While chaos erupts there, Yonho searches the docks for the Hailong gang. "Hailong gang? Never heard of 'em." A fisherman scoffs before sailing away. "Are we in the wrong place?" the soldiers whisper. "Is this a trap?" Yenho stares at the sea. Meanwhile, 𝑰𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 plots their next tactical move. The White Wolf squad is moving exactly as planned. 𝑰𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 smirks. A chilling smile creeps across his face. He's found a new variable. Yenho realizes the truth. We've been fed false information by the enemy. A realization strikes him like lightning. Wait. If they aren't here, then. "Turn the ship back," They're targeting the main convoy right now. The crew panics but obeys. Yonho's heart sinks with a terrible dread. I was a fool to fall for such a simple trick, he curses. 𝑰𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 had already set the signal fires to bring the reinforcements early. The board is set. On the Halong ship, the tide is turning. Tiklong spots Yinho's ship. Why are the White Wolves here already? The fishing boats were supposed to stall them! Our plan is failing. Panic spreads among the pirates. Yonho shakes off his initial shock. His eyes sharpen with cold resolve. I won't let these pirates escape. Hunt them down. Tiklong orders a retreat, but escape is impossible. Captain, we're stuck. The nets have tangled our propellers and hull. Tiklong screams in rage. Suddenly, steel clashes and screams fill the deck. Like a ghost, 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 appears. He slays a top fighter instantly. The crowd freezes in terror. The victim's brothers roar in absolute fury. One hit? That's impossible. The youngest brother lunges forward with a scream. He unleashes the ghost shadow palm, a lethal strike meant to kill. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 simply smiles. With a casual flick, he shatters the deadly technique. The assassin stands paralyzed. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 doesn't miss the opening and strikes. Another body falls. The last brother loses his mind in a frenzy. I'll tear you apart. He attacks wildly, but 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 remains untouched. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 activates his defense and runs his blade through the man's gut. The legendary Fujian trio is dead. The last pirate trembles in fear. He's a monster. I have to get out of here. He turns to run. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 grabs him by the throat. Leaving so soon? The party just started. Maybe I'll use you as shark bait, he whispers. The pirate pales. Yisang watches from the distance, breathless. One man took them all down. Her maid begs her to hide. My lady, it's too dangerous here. Yisang can't look away. Her eyes are fixed on the mysterious warrior. He's changed, she whispers, a wave of relief washing over her heart. Tiklong destroys local boats in a desperate attempt to break free. Should we pursue? The soldier asks. Yonho shakes his head slowly. Save the fishermen first. Anhoan watches the ships fade into the distance. Ambushed, losses are heavy, but the Sea Dragon's core fleet remains untouched. Rescue the survivors, then full speed toward the Merchant Guild, Anhoan commands. Yet doubt lingers. This perfect timing, is it truly just a coincidence? Ganhio is losing his mind. Useless trash. How could you lose? Defeated by the Blade Sect? You're all dead weight. His fury erupts. The butler trembles. It's true, sir. The Black Dragon fleet is gone. The Fujian trio, crushed by a mere young master. The news is paralyzing. Ganhio shatters his surroundings. Those Fujian frauds. I'll kill them myself. Mobilize the elite Tichlong squad. We strike the Blade Sect now. Forgive me, sir. But the elite squad has also been wiped out. Ganhio freezes. His legendary rage instantly turns into pathetic cowardice. A complete 180. Staying hidden is the only way to survive now. A wise retreat, my lord. The villain's smirk hides a trembling soul. I'll wait until the storm passes. My fortress is impenetrable. The battle ends. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 walks toward Lady Yisang, victorious. You've done enough, my lady. Thank you for being my bait. She bows gracefully. It was my honor to serve a true master. One more thing. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆's eyes turn sharp. She waits, hopeful. Anything for you. Joy radiates from her face like a star. Just a small boat. I'm going to finish the Sea Dragons alone. Shock. Even Anhoan can't believe the audacity of this man. Is he insane? Yisang recounts the legendary slaughter they witnessed. He didn't just win. He erased them. The Black Dragon is history. They even took the captain hostage. Anhoan's world is spinning. Only 3 people? That's not a squad. That's a cheat code. My entire army failed. Yet they cleared the board effortlessly? Where is he? Yisang's voice is filled with lingering awe. He left to end it all. He has a message for you. Meet us at the enemy base. The final hunt has begun. Those were his last words. A declaration of war from a god. She tried to stop him. But 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆's destiny was already set. I'll wipe them out in a single day. Farewell, my lady. He vanished into the mist. A man driven by pure, unstoppable resolve. My guild stands with you forever. Her heart cries out in vain. He understood. One last glance. A bittersweet goodbye to the light. I regret leaving you, but justice demands blood. The hero departs. A pigeon will signal our victory. Return to the base, brother. 𝒁𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 catches the bird. Hope blazes in his eyes at last. He did it. Brother 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 has found their throat. The letter confirms the miracle. The pirate ambush was a fatal mistake. Captain captured. Their impenetrable fortress is finally exposed. Deep within the islands, the mist illusion base awaits its end. Face to face with death, even pirates betray their kings. I'm going in. 𝒁𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆. Trust in my blade one last time. This is the sea dragon's lair. Once the White Wolf squad returns, deliver my orders to the elders. Tell them to prepare for the slaughter. Brother has absolute faith in this hidden evolution strategy. Gazing at the endless horizon, he sent a silent prayer to the heavens. The vessel surged into the deep. On the deck, the three warriors were deep in training. That's enough for today. Thank you for the guidance, Master. 𝒏𝒏 and 𝒏𝒃𝒍𝒆 bowed in deep respect. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 nodded. Your growth speed is truly monstrous. They remained humble, crediting his divine teachings. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 watched them, calculating their hidden potential. He knew their limits. We have become powerful, but these sea pirates are like a plague of locusts. The sea dragon fodder are no match for us, but you haven't reached the peak. You need a true evolution cheat. To reach the next stage, I must grant you a god-tier technique. It was time to unlock their dormant power. This is the reward for your loyalty. I'm teaching you a legendary art. Do not let this evolution go to waste. Train until this power flows through your veins. Their eyes sparkled with joy as the ship entered a deathly fog. The mist was suffocatingly thick. Visibility is 0, 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 muttered, his senses sharpening like a predator's. 𝒏𝒃𝒂𝒎𝒆 agreed. The captain's warning was correct. It's time. Prepare the bait, immediately. 𝒏𝒃𝒂𝒎𝒆 marched to the dark hold. ■, the sole survivor of the raid, cowered like a cornered rat. Time to earn your life, pirate. He dragged the trembling man up. I'll do anything. Just don't kill me. Meanwhile, the Sea Dragon flagship loomed in the mist. What is the meaning of this? 𝒃𝒁𝒆. You boasted about wiping out the White Wolf clan. Now you return alone like a pathetic coward? The one spitting venom was 𝒏𝒻, the infamous blood-sword demon. 𝒃𝒁𝒆 was paralyzed with fear. Still traumatized by the previous ambush and crushed by 𝒏𝒻's aura, he could barely breathe. You're an embarrassment to the guild, 𝒏𝒻 hissed, his killing intent filling the air. I left my post for this garbage. If we don't find them soon, your head will be my trophy. Suddenly, a brilliant flare exploded in the dark sky. Both pirates froze, staring at the signal. It's 𝒁𝒆's signal. 𝒃𝒁 steered toward the light. There stood 𝒁𝒆, waving from the prow. 𝒃𝒁 narrowed his eyes. 𝒁𝒆? I thought those White Wolf bastards captured you? 𝒁𝒆 threw down his torch, his voice shaking. I used every ounce of strength to escape. He was sweating profusely, reciting the script that had been forced upon him by a monster. Because right behind him, 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's shadow loomed, colder than the deepest depths of the ocean. One wrong word and you're shark bait. Keep acting. The trap was almost closed. 𝒃𝒁 fell for the ruse. Good work. I had to retreat too. Follow me into the ghost array. The two ships emerged from the fog, basking in the sudden sunlight. The stage was set for a massacre. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 smirked. We're in. 𝒁𝒆 looked back with a mix of pure terror and hatred. 𝒏𝒃𝒂𝒎𝒆 whispered to the master, Young master, that pirate is definitely going to betray us. He'll turn on us the second he can. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's eyes flashed with confidence. Exactly as I planned. 𝒏𝒃𝒂𝒎𝒆 was worried. But if we're trapped in this array, 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 stood tall, his aura exploding. Don't worry, I've already calculated their doom. As predicted, 𝒁𝒆 screamed out the truth. Captain, save me. This is a trap. They're on the ship. But the three warriors were already airborne. They launched themselves like monsters onto the enemy warship. 𝒁𝒆's fate was already sealed. When 𝒃𝒁 saw 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's face, his blood turned to ice. He couldn't even move a single muscle. They landed with a heavy impact. Leave no one alive, 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 roared, his killing intent flooding the deck. 𝒏𝒃𝒃 and 𝒏𝒃𝒃 tore through the fodder. 𝒃𝒁 gasped. Is that the monster who destroyed the fleet? 𝒏𝒻 stepped forward, shoving the coward aside. He didn't care about the rumors of a monster. So this is the famous young master? How pathetic. You'll die by my blood scythes today. He swung his massive chain scythes. the steel whistling through the air in a deadly dance of destruction. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 hummed, unimpressed. Finally, a prey worth my time. Sammy Yon sneered, spinning his blades like a whirlwind. I heard you were strong, but you look like a corpse. So, a black dragon dog thinks a mere chain can bind me? Can you handle my true power? Sammy Yon lunges. He doesn't care about the ship. He's already smashed half the deck. He starts with a massive wind blade, flurry. No, it's a deadly strike from his modified chain blade. The Blood Soul Sword's 18th form. He swings, tearing the very air apart with his strikes. The deck shatters. But our main character, 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆, unleashes a godly aura to deflect every blow. Sammy Yon goes berserk. He's stacking attacks like a madman, giving the main character no room to breathe. One slip, and it's game over. Suddenly, Sammy Yon throws his chains, circling 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 like a predator. He thinks he's trapped the main character in his net. The fool starts celebrating way too early. You're careless, he mocks. He tightens the chains, ready to turn our hero into mincemeat. Two razor-sharp blades close in for the kill. Even 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 feels the chill of death approaching. 𝒏𝒏𝒃 and the crew stop their brawl, screaming in terror for the great young master's life. Boom! 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 uses his inner chi to skyrocket into the air, dodging the fatal chain blade. This weapon is tricky and annoying. Even a master like him finds it a total pain. Sammy Yon's trap failed, but he's not worried. He looks up at the main character like a bug. Nice moves, kid. But you can't fly forever, he thinks. What goes up must come down. He prepares to crush the main character the moment he lands. He's already tasting the sweet victory. With two blades ready, he's sending 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 to the afterlife. But our hero has other plans. While descending, 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 gathers a terrifying amount of energy. No more wasting time on this trash. It's time to test the heavenly thunder god sword. Who knew lightning could be this beautiful? 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 becomes the brightest star of the night. Lightning expands in his palm, blinding everyone nearby. Behold, the thunder sword! He condenses pure lightning into a bolt and slams it into the villain. Sammy Yon barely swears before a literal lightning rod burns a massive donut hole through his stomach. The Blood Sword sect members are stunned. Their boss just got sent to the Shadow Realm instantly. The legendary killer is now just fish food. Every witness there is completely paralyzed with pure shock. What just happened? Did he just snipe a master with a lightning sword? No one's seen this before. Only Captain Tick Long remains, but he's basically a useless NPC now. He knows he's doomed. The tough guy instantly hits the floor, begging for mercy. I surrender. Please spare my pathetic life. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 looks down with cold eyes. Did you ever show mercy to the innocents you slaughtered? The captain is speechless. There's no excuse for the blood on his hands. He's cooked. Our trio is ready to wreck the place. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 walks forward like a cold-blooded CEO protagonist. You've stolen countless lives, yet you value your own so much? How pathetic can you get? I didn't come here to take prisoners. Not a single one of you leaves this ship alive. Realizing talk is useless. The captain tries a desperate sneak attack. He wants to drag everyone down. How dare you, he screams. Talk about a one-way ticket to a watery grave. What a loser. It's a total self-destruction fail. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 doesn't even lift a finger as the trash clears itself. He casually loots Sammy Yon's body and finds it the secret Blood Soul Sword Manual, 18th form. While this art isn't demonic, it's still powerful. Our main character starts his research phase immediately. While he studies, his two subordinates switch to beast mode and start mopping up the remaining thugs. Suddenly, something catches his eye, a mysterious map. Could this be the legendary Heavenly Heritage treasure? It must be. These pirates probably stole it. Now, things are getting very interesting for our hero. This map leads to the 7 origins and the ultimate legacy. With this, his power will be godlike. He calls his 2 bullies over. 𝒏𝒏𝒃, 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆, change of plans. We have a mission. A moment later, the trio sets sail again. They're heading straight for the next pirate hideout. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 is sweating buckets. Is this really okay? 𝒏𝒏𝒃 just laughs like a maniac. Who do you think I am? It's fine. Meanwhile, 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 begins assigning their new deadly tasks. Head back to the Naval Guard immediately. I have urgent business to finish here alone. Bring the White Wolf squad to back me up. San Kung trembled, lost in the vast, uncharted sea. They followed the sea dragons but had no map. Yet, the MC possessed a divine evolution cheat. His heavenly thunder eyes pierced the horizon. A hidden path appeared, leading to a mysterious islet. That current, it's unnatural. Beneath the waves, a legendary power-up was waiting to be claimed. His gaze locked onto a swirling underwater vortex. The pressure was lethal, but the MC didn't flinch. A strange glow emanated from the deep cavern. Could this be the lair of a monster god? Searching the surface was a waste of time. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 stripped down, revealing his peak-tier physique. He plunged into the abyss like a predator. Meanwhile, Sankung reached the base with urgent news. Following orders, he alerted the uncle, 𝑰𝒏𝒗𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆. The old man froze in absolute shock. You wiped out the black and red dragon fleets? Lady Yi-Hoan searched frantically for her hero. Sankung calmed the chaos. The young master stayed behind to open the secret path. He found the rift through the cliffs. We must deploy the White Wolf Squad for support. Little Muok appeared with a sharp, knowing gaze. The kids sensed an epic battle was brewing. Brother 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏 is preparing to crush the sea dragons. They're caught off guard. It's the perfect ambush. This is our golden chance to dominate the sea. We strike now while they remain blind. Uncle Chonki erupted in anger at the risk. How can you make such a reckless, suicidal decision? But Yi-Hoan stood firm, silencing her father. The White Wolf Squad moves on my command. The elite unit rallied behind the true leader. Finally, a cousin who isn't a total disappointment. Chonki's face turned pale from the shock. Yong-Hoan, you cannot be this impulsive and rash. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏 did what this guard couldn't for years. He is the true light of the Baek clan. I bet everything on his legendary vision. He ordered the fleet to set sail immediately. The old man stood speechless as the ships left. His authority vanished in the wake of greatness. I only hope you don't repeat my failures. Muok watched the uncle's strange, cryptic reaction. Beneath the surface, 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄 followed the glow. He emerged into a cavern, forgotten by time. Wringing out his hair, he faced the darkness. A place as gloomy as a dungeon for losers. An ancient stone gate blocked his path. This is it. The hidden vault of the Sea King. The pirates were definitely hiding behind this wall. But he didn't need a key or a password. He tried to force it with monstrous strength. When muscles failed, he ignited his inner lightning. He huffed like a beast, but nothing moved. Talk about an embarrassing, underestimated comedy moment. A trap? Or a hidden puzzle for the worthy? He realized brute force wouldn't trigger the gate. Activating his god eyes once again, he scanned the room for a hidden evolution trigger. There! The stone gargoyles guarding the path. He twisted the beast's head, triggering the ancient gears. Asterisk rumble. Asterisk, the ancient seal finally shattered. Quite the clever trap for a mere mortal pirate. What secrets was this heavenly lord hiding? The MC stepped into the lion's den alone. A massive secret chamber opened before him. Gold glinted off a legendary shield on the altar. Next to it sat a mysterious crimson box. Inside lay a manual and a glowing inner core. The sea god Sek's ultimate secrets and a pearl. Left behind by the legendary Golden Pirate King. May the successor perfect the ultimate sea arts. Use this power to dominate for the righteous. The ninth successor of the sea heavens. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏 gripped the pulsing, high-tier inner core. Pure life energy, yet incompatible with his lightning. A useless cheat? No. I'll keep it for later. Into the inventory it goes for future evolution. He then equipped the legendary golden shield. He looked like a god ready to save the world. Rest easy. Your legacy is in safe hands. This shield, it's light as a feather, yet indestructible. He could feel the hidden power awakening within. With my swordsmanship and this shield, I'm invincible. The path to absolute domination begins now. Show me your true power, Golden Flight Shield. He stepped into the chamber and unleashed the disc. The shield spun like a lethal cyclone, ricocheting off the walls before snapping back to his grip. Magnificent. This hidden treasure is a game changer. Its raw power far exceeds my wildest expectations. The Hailong gang won't know what hit them. Even empty-handed, I'm a force of absolute destruction. Crushing them would be easy, but this evolution cheat makes me truly invincible. Yet, swimming back with this heavy hunk of metal? Talk about a logistical nightmare for a god-tier warrior. Suddenly, his fingers brushed a hidden mechanism. The massive shield collapsed with a mechanical whir, transforming into a sleek, battle-ready gauntlet. Now this, he smirked, is what I call a legendary upgrade. Soon, The Naval Guard's reinforcements arrived in force. Searchlights pierced the darkness, scouring the waves for our hero. "Over there, a vessel!" someone cried out. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 leaped from his raft, landing with predatory grace. The White Wolf Squad immediately fell to one knee. "Great young master, we await your divine command." 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 acknowledged his loyal warriors with a nod. "Brave soldiers of the White Wolf, your timing is perfect. Tonight, we end this long-standing blood feud. As you command." Their voices shook the very heavens. Meanwhile, Ganhoyo felt a chill down his spine. "Report. Why has the Tichlong ship not returned yet?" "The Demon Blade is engaging the enemy, sir." That was the last transmission. Ganhoyo's eyes narrowed. "That brat is likely chasing shadows and ancient relics. Let him play. He's nothing but a minor nuisance. In these waters, I am the supreme god of the sea. But wait. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear." Alarms blared from the watchtowers, a frantic emergency. Enemy attack. The White Wolf Squad is here. Massive hulls collided, wood splintering like dry twigs. Chaos erupted as the pirates scrambled in blind terror. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 led the charge, a blur of lethal motion. "Hold the line. I'm heading straight for the snake's head." He scaled the towers with the agility of a mountain cat. His target, the leader of this wretched hive of scum. Impossible! The old henchman trembled in absolute shock. How did they bypass the illusory fog formation alive? Ganhoyo's face twisted into a mask of pure, murderous rage. "Fine. If you want a god, I'll show you one. One of us dies tonight. No more boring cat-and-mouse games. I'll end this tedious war with my own two hands." His men begged him to retreat before the main army arrived. But for a tyrant like him, there was no turning back. His pride was a mountain, his ego an unquenchable fire. Fleeing was for cowards. He was ready for a final stand. "Run? Do you know who the hell I am?" he roared, unsheathing a blade that hummed with dark intent. "I built this empire with blood. I won't watch it fall. I am the High Long King, and I shall not be moved. Listen up, Bok family brat. I'm sending your soul straight to the depths of the underworld's coldest abyss. Out of my way, you useless curs," he barked. His terrified subordinates scattered like leaves in a hurricane. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 crashed onto the main deck like a falling star. Shield and sword in hand, he radiated an aura of death. He charged forward, an unstoppable juggernaut of pure will. Suddenly, a crushing wave of killing intent slammed into him. Ganhoyo intercepted him, his blade descending like a guillotine. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 gritted his teeth, bracing behind his divine shield. Steel shrieked against metal, erupting in a shower of sparks. "So, you're the famous White Wolf brat?" Gan sneered. "And you're the Pirate King? Your reign ends tonight." 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 countered, slamming his shield forward with explosive force. The impact sent Gan reeling. His eyes burned with madness. "Yes, let's end this once and for all," he shrieked. 100 strikes exchanged in the blink of an eye. Their blades danced a lethal symphony of blood and steel. Gan poured every ounce of his fury into a colossal strike. The shockwave blew 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 back, forcing a tactical retreat. He's on a different level than that Bloodblade fraud, 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 realized. One slip-up would mean certain death. Time to stop playing around. Gan charged like a rabid beast. "Do you really think you can humiliate me in my own home?" 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 channeled his inner hero, hurling his shield like a comet. It whistled through the air, aiming straight for Gan's throat. As Gan parried the projectile, 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 unleashed his ultimate art, Moonlight Polar Sword. Lightning crackled around his blade like serpents. Gan raised his steel to block a fatal amateur mistake. "Steel is a perfect conductor for heavenly lightning, you fool." The Pirate King was blasted skyward, his body convulsing in agony. Even as he charred, his stubborn pride refused to break. "Child's play. Barely tickles," he wheezed, fading fast. But deep down, he knew the monster god had finally arrived. Ganyo's big mouth finally caught up with him. He realized his mistake too late. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 didn't give him a second to breathe. He launched the fool sky high. Charging forward, he unleashed the secret art. Thunder God's phantom step. The air shattered. Soldiers from both sides stood frozen in shock. What kind of monster was this? 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆's blade bifurcated Ganyo instantly. The villain coughed blood, cursing this unstoppable monster. "I'm taking you to hell with me," Ganyo roared, exhausting his final life force. He underestimated the hidden evolution. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 casually hurled his shield like a comet. It smashed through the front lines, pulverizing Ganyo's face. He was utterly broken. One final sword wave sent the trash flying. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏 wasn't even satisfied yet. He raised his blade to the heavens. Moonlight, heavenly gig sword. Divine lightning descended. He hammered the enemy into the floor like a human skewer. Absolute annihilation. Karma struck with zero mercy. No doctor needed, just call the funeral director. Last words are a luxury for trash, 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏 sneered. Get off my coast. The night at the naval base felt eternal. Everyone waited in a suffocating silence. 𝒰𝒏𝒃 held her breath, praying for 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏's return from that chaotic hell. Suddenly, a roar of victory erupted. The White Wolf's ship emerged from the fog. The crowd gasped in awe. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏 stood at the bow like a god. Tears of joy fell as 𝒰𝒏𝒃 ran to meet her returning young master. That night, the camp transformed. A legendary feast was prepared for the heroes. Lord Beck stood tall, raising his cup to the brave warriors of the clan. The Sea Dragon gang is no more. He pointed proudly toward the young master. The hero of this miracle is none other than my first son, 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏. The warriors roared in unison, raising their cups to their new legendary leader. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏 accepted the praise with a humble smile. I didn't do this alone. We bled together. Your loyalty was the secret to this overwhelming victory. The soldiers were moved to tears by his words. His charisma was truly blinding. Let's share this glory, he continued, and honor those who fell as legends. He smirked at the crowd. If I keep talking, the food will get cold. Let's feast. Drink until the sun rises. The celebration exploded into a frenzy. Long live the young master. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏 turned to his comrade with a grin. Yen laughed heartily. One strike? You really made it look way too easy. Amidst the joy, Lord Beck looked contemplative. Suddenly, 𝒰𝒏𝒃 appeared at the door. Silence fell as she walked toward 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏. The tension was thick enough to cut. Muokei broke into a nervous sweat. 𝒰𝒏𝒃 bowed deeply with newfound respect. Congratulations on your triumph, young master. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏 nodded softly in return. Later, the two stood under the silver moon. The world finally felt peaceful. You look radiant tonight, my lady. 𝒰𝒏𝒃's face turned redder than a ripe tomato. Please, don't tease me, she whispered. But 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏 didn't back down. I only speak the truth. 𝒰𝒏𝒃 beamed. You were truly magnificent today, master. No one could ever defeat the sea dragons before you, he replied with humility. It was the strength of the entire sect. 𝒰𝒏𝒃 watched him, her heart racing. You've changed, she murmured. You're not the same man from 3 years ago. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏's eyes darkened. Back then, I wasn't worthy of being your husband. Canceling the engagement was only natural. 𝒰𝒏𝒃 froze. Her heart felt heavy. She looked down, trembling. You have every right to be furious with me. I was once a girl with no path, drowning in the bitter waves of regret. No matter how you view me now, I chose to follow the young master. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏 felt his heart stir as he placed a hand on her shoulder. With a heavy voice, he delivered his final verdict. Lady, I am sorry, but I cannot return your feelings. My life is no longer my own. I must represent the Beck sword sect as its rightful first son. If we continue this broken engagement, the reputation of our clans will crumble into dust. She sobbed in total despair. I don't care about reputation, she cried. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏 tried to soothe her, his eyes full of hidden sorrow. At this moment, neither of us can let private emotions cloud our judgment. This is the burden of leadership. She stood there trembling, unable to find the words as tears traced silver lines down her pale face. He pulled her into a firm embrace, whispering a solemn vow. We cannot be together now, but I promise you, the Beck Sword Sect and the Yun Merchant Union will forge a future together. They held each other under the moonlight. By dawn, the atmosphere shifted to one of pure power. Young warriors were pushing their limits in grueling training. Rhythmic shouts echoed as they hoisted massive weights. One disciple grunted, fueling his spirit with every single rep. Others focused on core strength, dragging iron weights across the dirt. From high above, a companion watched in total awe. This training is absolutely insane, he exclaimed. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏 smiled, his eyes sharp with a commander's pride. This is just the basic foundation. Currently, the Beck Sword Sect's training regime is the absolute best in Anju. We have finally surpassed the Miram scum and secured our throne, he shared, his voice radiating cold confidence. We must purge all laziness and perfect our formation. This will be a professional army of elite killing machines. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 eyes blazed with a terrifying ambition. These warriors are hungry for power. They will grow into legends. Standing beside him, 𝒁𝒂𝒎𝒆 looked up with stars in his eyes. Only you could achieve something so magnificent, brother. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 patted his head playfully. Indeed. I can't let my little brother see me looking clumsy or weak. I won't let you down. The first steps of the 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 grand ascension have finally begun. As they walked, a familiar figure appeared. Yun Ye-sang stepped forward, bowing with refined grace and elegance. Greetings, young master. On behalf of the Yun Merchant Union, I have come to deliver a formal request. I expected as much, 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 replied, clasping his hands. As the representative of my sect, I accept your terms. We will provide the elite escorts the Yun Merchant Union requires. She blushed, unable to meet his piercing gaze. Thank you, young master. We shall discuss the details soon. She turned away, her heart racing like a drum. 𝒁𝒂𝒃𝒆 tilted his head in confusion. Brother, what is this support mission all about? We are escorting their fleet all the way to Nanjing. Want to come? 𝒁𝒂𝒃's eyes lit up. Count me in. Later, in a private chamber with Yi Anhoan, 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 revealed the tactical genius behind his decision. The White Wolf Squad will handle the escort. It's a shame, but you cannot join this specific mission. You have a much higher purpose. You must reorganize and stabilize the core sword formations of our main sect. Yi Anhoan smiled. I understand, brother. But why are you personally acting as a bodyguard for this trip? I'm just curious, since the Sea Dragon gang has already been wiped out and erased from existence. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 leaned back, his expression turning deadly serious. That is an excellent question. Listen closely. Several scouts have vanished near the Sea Dragon's old territory. The Four Seas gang is definitely behind this. Yi Anhoan's face paled. I see. They are a massive force packed with high-level Murim monsters and experts. Compared to the Four Seas gang, the old Sea Dragon crew was just a tiny firefly before the sun. They were originally a brutal training group from Mount Tuong, planning to swallow the Zhongmu Gate whole. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 stared into the distance. The threat of the Sea Dragon is gone, and our sect can breathe. But I cannot ignore the shadow of the Four Seas any longer. The time for waiting is over. He slammed his hand on the table. Besides, Lady Yun helped us before. It's time we return the favor. We must maintain this golden alliance with the Merchant Union. But there is a much bigger goal at play. Yi Anhoan leaned in, his voice a whisper. A bigger goal? What could be more important than this? 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 stood up, his cloak fluttering. The 𝒏𝒄 sword sect is leaving Onju. We are going to conquer Murim. He handed a secret treasure to Anhoan. Return to the sect. Fear nothing, and prepare our army for war. Inheriting his father's secret arts and inner core, 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 prepares for a legendary evolution. The 𝒏𝒄 family's rebirth starts now. I'll bear this burden, he vows. To protect the Sword Gate, he'll walk the path of an underestimated outcast. Their destiny lies in the wide world. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 sets off for Mount Tuong to conquer the brutal Murim hierarchy. He reunites with Hogun. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃, you brat, I thought you were dead. A lively, unexpected reunion kicks off. Still alive, huh? 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 smirks. And you? Did you gain weight? Or is that just bad evolution? Hogun fumes. This is pure muscle. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 laughs. If that's muscle, you're the top master of Zhejiang. Still a lazy talker, he teases. Deep down, Hogun is thrilled to see the return of his talented friend. In his eyes, 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 is still that cheeky brat. Stop acting like a stranger. Let's grab some drinks. The two head to a tavern. Over several rounds of wine, 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 finally shares his hidden motives. I didn't expect the Trin Martial Gate to provide direct support, 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 admits, sensing a deeper plot. Hogun scoffs while eating. It's about money. Without gold, even a legendary sword gate would wither and die. He points his chopsticks. You're the hidden peak who crushed the Sea Dragon gang, right? I know your secret. Need my help? Hogun grins. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 stares blankly, wondering if his friend is just delusional or incredibly drunk. Hogun guesses, chasing Lady Wung again, following the call of love across the continent like a lost puppy. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 blushes. My engagement is over. Stop imagining things. It's not what you think at all. Hogun slams the table. Marriage is sacred. Is a man-woman relationship just a game to you highborn types? So, you plan to expand the Beck family instead? He eyes 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆, sensing a monstrous ambition awakening. That's just your imagination, 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 replies. The two men share a silent, heavy gaze across the table. Hogun laughs. I'm in. With your hidden potential, the Beck family will reach the god-tier level of Murim. From Hangzhou to the Bic Sword Villa, the journey to become the Invincible Zhejiang Alliance leader begins today. Little Mook remains silent, lost in thought. He lowers his head, contemplating the path of a true strategist. That night, they stand guard. You don't need to stay up, Mook, 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 says to the boy. Mook clutches his book. I can't fight beside you yet, so I want to support you from here. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 rests a hand on his shoulder. Your brilliant strategies are my greatest cheat. Never doubt your worth. Sorry I've been busy. Let's spend more time together once we've dominated this world, little brother. Mook is moved to tears. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 smiles. Actually, I have a secret about why we're heading to Nanjing. It involves your talent for strategy, he whispers. Mook's eyes light up with a newfound fire of ambition. He reveals the existence of a shadow organization, a group that tracks every master and merchant in Murim, the Hangno Gate and their elite intelligence unit. The Heavenly Secret Pavilion is our ultimate target. Their information is a power greater than 7 families combined, and they are currently hiding right here in Nanjing. The goal: find the pavilion and force their cooperation. Mook is stunned by the scale of this plan. Does such a place exist? How will we find them and gain their help in this city? 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 recalls Kijian, who saved him once. I'm entrusting the future of the pavilion to your brilliant mind. He remembers his past life's failure. Only 30 years have passed since the timeline of his previous existence. Will I meet Qianlu Hoa again, bound by the tragic red strings of a past life's destiny? At dawn, they enter Nanjing. Hogun stretches. We made it safely without any trouble. It's almost too easy. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 narrows his eyes. Were you actually hoping for an ambush to happen, you idiot? No, I'm just bored. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 sighs. You're always so careless. I have serious business to handle here. I'll be gone for a few days to resolve a personal matter. Don't wait up, just stay alert. Guard the perimeter carefully. The team salutes. Safe travels. Hogun watches him leave with a worried expression. Wait, where are you going alone? 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 shakes him off. Private business. You just get in the way. A teammate persists. We're a team, right? 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 kicks him aside. Go play somewhere else. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 reaches the Heavenly Secret Pavilion alone. 30 years later, the place has changed into something unrecognizable. Suddenly, masked assassins drop from the rooftops. An ambush. They are dragging a captive girl into the darkness. It's Don 𝒌𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏 Bring out the pavilion master. The traitor roars, demanding total surrender from the cornered lady. I'd rather embrace death than hand her over to scum like you. Her defiance triggers a kill order. She draws her blade, ready for a final stand when suddenly, a mysterious warrior with a shield intervenes. Who is this meddler? The mysterious hero is none other than 𝑩𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆, the legendary successor. I'm just a passing gentleman, he says coolly before unleashing a devastating storm of lightning strikes. The battlefield erupts in a clash of steel and thunder. No one yields until his overwhelming power lands. Thick black smoke chokes the air as the villains collapse. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 approaches the trembling lady. Are you hurt, milady? She stares, breathless. Could this man truly be the legendary savior? The poisoned 𝒂𝒐𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 collapses. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 realizes her identity and quickly secures her safety. Back at the hideout, tension hangs heavy. Their eyes are filled with dread for the fallen leader. Rage boils in 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's veins. How could the great pavilion master fall into such a state? Internal traitors. 𝒂𝒐𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 ansabs. The heavenly secret pavilion has fallen, its halls soaked in blood. They barely escape the slaughter. As she wipes away the sweat, tears of despair finally break through. Calm yourself. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's hand glows with the crackling, divine aura of the Thunder God. I will help you. Her eyes widen. The power of the Thunder God is supposed to be myth. She bows in deep respect, ashamed of her earlier state. Forgive my late greeting, successor of lightning. I am Don 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆, vice master of the pavilion. He nods. I am simply 𝑩𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆. He examines the master. Even amidst the poison, her ethereal beauty is like a fallen celestial. An awkward silence falls. If you admire her face that much, please save her first. 𝒂𝒎𝒆 blushes. Ah, right. Forgive my lack of manners. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 coughs, refocusing his divine energy on the task. He detects the sinister ghost flower poison spreading. Death is creeping toward her heart with every breath. Can she be saved? The lady asks. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎's gaze hardens with absolute, unwavering confidence. Of course. Now, silence. I must concentrate. He activates the heavenly thunder god art. Arcs of electricity surge through her body. A pained cry shifts into a sigh of pure relief. The danger has passed, but she's still weak. Guard her until her core fully recovers. 𝒂𝒎𝒆 bows in gratitude. Where exactly was the pavilion attacked? 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎's eyes turn cold. The Heavenly Flower Pavilion in Nanjing. But why ask? He smiles. I never leave a job half done. He prepares to leave immediately. You're going alone? That's suicide. The place is crawling with monsters. Don't worry. His eyes burn with the resolve of a god. No one can stop my path. Anyone who dares to block me, I'll crush them. Meanwhile, the villain Ganhyo enjoys his wine. While the tyrant feasts, the thunder god arrives. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎 looms over the fortress like a shadow. He slips into the inner sanctum. So that's the ringleader? He looks tougher than the rest. He calculates the odds. 1-on-1 is a guaranteed win. But the numbers could get messy. Should I summon the thunder god's descent? No. My current vessel isn't strong enough yet. Inside, Ganhyo is distracted by his own arrogance. Outside, 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎 finds the perfect opening. Heaven is on my side, the hero whispers. The oblivious villain continues his decadent celebration. Boom! 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎 smashes through the roof like a falling star, sending debris flying everywhere. He deploys the Thunder God shield. Ganhyo's jaw drops in terror as the predator appears. 5 thunder chain strike! Lightning erupts, slamming the villain into the ground in a charred heap. The boss is neutralized. But as 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎 stops, a chilling realization freezes his blood. 2 giant henchmen roar and charge. Without missing a beat, 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎 hurls his shield. He moves like a blurred phantom, executing them both in a spray of crimson. No mercy. But a dark thought lingers. That technique? The Asura blood jade palm? It can't be. The 9 Heavens demon sect. I wiped them out 30 years ago. Not a single soul remained. How are they back from the dead? 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎 stands amidst the corpses, his mind in turmoil. With a sudden burst of overwhelming energy, he unleashes a strike that shatters the earth, leaving 2 nearby girls trembling in pure terror. Snap! 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎 finally remembers his audience. He steps forward, claiming he was sent by the master of the Heaven's secret pavilion. The master is safe, don't worry, he says. The girls stare, speechless at the absolute carnage left behind from his legendary battle. Looking at the ruins, 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎 sighs. He realized his mistake. He killed every single enemy, leaving no one alive to provide any answers. But wait! He finds a mysterious identity tablet on one of the corpses. Scene change, the beautiful Don 𝒂𝒎𝒆 arrives to check the survivors. Is everyone unharmed? She asks. The girls cry out in relief. Big sister! Young pavilion master! You've come to save us. 𝒂𝒎𝒆 bows deeply before 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎. Young Master Bach, words cannot express our gratitude. We are forever in your debt for this. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎 smirks. So doing good deeds actually pays off, huh? 𝒂𝒎𝒆 hesitates, her face flushed with a hint of uncertainty. Suddenly, the legendary warrior scratches his head. Could you cook me a meal? I use so much energy I am about to faint. 𝒂𝒎𝒆 bursts into laughter. Of course. Please wait just a moment. Behind them, a maid grumbles about his bold and rude request. Luckily, her sister stops her from complaining. Soon, 𝒂𝒎𝒆 serves a steaming, delicious plate of braised pork with green peppers. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎's eyes sparkle. He dives in, devouring the food like a starving beast. 𝒂𝒎𝒆 watches, completely flustered by his frantic pace. Slow down, young master, she urges. In the blink of an eye, the plate is licked clean. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎 beams with pure, satisfied joy. That was incredible, Lady Doan. Seriously, the best meal I have had in my entire life. 𝒂𝒎𝒆 smiles. You flatter me too much. Suddenly, 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎 freezes. Wait, I made another mistake. 𝒂𝒎𝒆 tilts her head in confusion. What could he possibly mean by that? He stands up dramatically. I should have eaten slower. That way, I could have enjoyed the food and your beautiful face for much longer. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 blushes, half annoyed. Do you say that to every girl? I did not expect the Thunder God's successor to be such a flirt. Just then, a golden-haired girl rushes in, breathless. Young master, the pavilion master has finally regained consciousness. Please come quickly. They hurry to her side. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆, the pavilion master, bows respectfully. I am 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆. We owe our lives to you. The Heaven Secret Pavilion is forever indebted to the successor of the Thunder God, she declares. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 turns serious, his eyes sharpening. I was only fulfilling my ancient contract, he replies. He thinks to himself, her beauty hasn't faded at all since my previous life. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 looks up, intrigued. It is strange. You aren't related to the previous successor, Master Guang, but your face, it feels so familiar. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 sighs inwardly. Even after countless reincarnations, meeting old connections from the past still tugs at my heartstrings in painful ways. He cuts to the chase. The ones who attacked you belong to the Shura Gate, a faction of the Nine Heavens Demon Gate. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 gasps in shock. The Nine Heavens Demon Gate? You mean the legendary evil sect has finally returned to the world? 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 nods. They used Shura martial arts. It is clear that the Demon Gate is rebuilding its dark influence in the shadows again. This news is catastrophic. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 rubs her chin. If they are back, they must have already infiltrated the Murim Alliance itself. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's eyes burn with determination. If that is the case, I will hunt them all down. I won't leave a single one standing. That is my destiny as the successor. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 vows. Then our pavilion will use every resource to support your righteous path. I appreciate the gesture, 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 replies. He then reveals the tablet. Do you recognize this? The leader of the attackers carried it. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's eyes widen as she inspects it. This belongs to the Sima clan from Jiangzhou, a family that has risen with terrifying speed. Our pavilion was already investigating them, she explains. Their rise was so secretive that no one realized how dangerous they had become. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's blood begins to boil. So it is true. The Sima clan is the secret benefactor backing the Nine Heavens Demon Gate. They attacked us to bury the evidence of their dark connection, 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 adds. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 slams his fist down in a rage. Those bastards, I will wipe them out right now. But 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 stops him. Wait. The Sima clan threatens the 7 great families. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 agrees. We need concrete evidence. If we attack blindly, the entire Murim will turn against us as if we are criminals. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 calms down, sighing. You are right. I let my anger get the best of me. We need a much better plan. Suddenly, 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 remembers something vital. Wait. Our records show a secret way to infiltrate the Sima clan from the inside. Refusing to be silenced, 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 bolted upright in a fury. Those bastards, he roared, his hidden aura beginning to flare. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 stepped in quickly. Wait, young master. The Sima clan's power is legendary. They even threaten the 7 great families. Defeating them won't be easy, she warned. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 agreed. We need absolute proof that they're being backed by the shadows. We must link them to the Nine Heavens Gate. Striking now without evidence would turn the entire Murim world against us. We'd be hunted instead of helped. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 sighed, frustrated by his own haste. Even with his cheat-like growth, he was reckless. Suddenly, 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆's eyes sparkled. Wait, I just remembered something from the Heavenly Secret Pavilion's archives regarding the Sima clan. This secret intel might be our hidden evolution. We can finally approach the Sima family and dominate them from within. Meanwhile, at the Sima estate, the clan leader received a report that sent chills through the air. What? The elite flying squad was annihilated? He roared. By the Heaven Secret Pavilion's rats? Zhongheap confirmed the nightmare. The squad leader and Sima Wuling were slain by the same monstrous power. All stolen intelligence was gone. Even their spies at the Flower Pavilion had vanished without a trace. Only the lingering scent of destruction remained. Lord Sima's rage exploded like a volcanic eruption. Find them, he bellowed. Hunt down that meddling brat and those pavilion curs immediately. No one escapes. My grand evolution won't be ruined by pests. Elsewhere, 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 and 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 trekked toward the valley. Despite being drenched in sweat, 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 forced a smile. I'm a warrior. This is nothing to me. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 saw through her facade. Though she hid it, her physical limits were reaching a breaking point. To protect her pride, he decided to play the fool. He sat down. pretending his energy was spent. "I'm exhausted. Let's rest," he lied. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆's eyes brightened. Finally allowing herself a moment of relief, she asked if they were lost. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 smiled, confident his cheat instincts were leading them perfectly. "I heard the mountain scenery here was divine," she whispered. "Please forgive my excitement. I rarely go out." 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 chuckled warmly. "Seeing your happiness is more rewarding than any hidden treasure, my lady." She looked away. As a hidden leader, her life was spent in the shadows of the flower pavilion. "I was just a frog in a well," she sighed. "My heart won't stop racing at this beauty. How embarrassing." 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 gaze softened. He saw the latent potential blooming within her gentle soul. "I'll show you the whole world," he promised. "No more wells for you, Lady Doan. Just the sky." Their mission was critical. The Shandong Chamber's heiress, 𝒁𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆, had triggered a massive power struggle. By courting two powerful families at once, she had turned the Murim world into a chaotic powder keg. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 stroked his chin. Behind the Sima clan lurked the Asura sect, waiting to devour everything. They were using the chaos to seize control of the Shandong trade. But a new variable appeared. "A twist of fate," 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 added. "The heiress has eloped with a mysterious, young traveling doctor." "She eloped?" 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 gasped. Even his tactical mind was stunned by this sudden, romantic complication. The man was 𝒃𝒨, a physician whose family specialized in crafting legendary, heaven-defying artifacts. With the Medicine King bloodline, he was a living cheat code for anyone seeking ultimate power. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 smirked. What a stroke of luck. The pieces for his own evolution were falling into place. He had planned to visit the Medicine King anyway. Now, destiny had paved a much shorter path. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃's expression turned grave. They couldn't let the Sima clan and the demon sect continue their tyranny. "We must expose them," she declared. "We cannot stand by while they poison the roots of our world. We'll use this elopement to drag the Sima clan's corruption into the blinding light of justice." 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 was genuinely impressed. "A brilliant strategy. You truly are a genius of the secret pavilion." Despite the recent ambush, her spirit remained unshaken. She was the perfect ally for a rising god. Her bravery and intellect were unparalleled. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 blushed deeply, her heart fluttering at his genuine praise. "You flatter me too much," she murmured. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 shook his head. "No, I'm truly learning from you." Watching them, Lu Hoa smiled. The chemistry between these two was more potent than any medicinal herb. Suddenly, 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 stood up. "We can't let the Asura sect reach the Medicine King first." "Move out, right now?" she asked. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 nodded. "This is a golden opportunity we simply cannot afford to rot." He ordered the others to stay hidden. "The people of Zhejiang are kind to those from Wenzhou." 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 looked worried for her comrades. Lu Hoa stepped forward with a final, desperate request. "I'll handle the pavilion," Lu Hoa promised. "Please, take 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 with you. She needs to go." Back in the present, a shadow of doubt crossed 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃's mind. Were his allies truly safe? "Don't worry," 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 reassured him. "We've prepared for every disaster. Our path to victory is set." She wondered if the eloping couple would really take this dangerous, hidden mountain pass as predicted. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 lay back, a smirk on his lips. "I'm certain. It's the only logical route for them." 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 watched in awe. Was this arrogance or pure calculation? My confidence as the tiny but mighty protagonist was truly blinding. Suddenly, heavy breathing and frantic footsteps echoed from the distance. "They're finally here," I smirked, sensing the upcoming chaos. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 gasped in disbelief. Right on cue, the targets emerged from the shadows. The stage was set for an epic clash. I confronted them instantly. 𝒃𝒨 and the lady, I presume?" the boy growled, pulling the girl into a protective embrace. Huang Baothang's elite squad closed in, grinning like predators. "Finally caught you. Lady Thuong Quan, you're coming with us. The great hero sent us to fetch you home," they sneered. But hearing that name triggered a dark memory within me. Rage boiled in my veins. The Hongbao clan. Those treacherous snakes who betrayed my previous life. "Their end starts now," the lady screamed. "I've sworn to stay with 𝒃𝒨 forever. I will never return to that prison." Baothang sighed, his patience thinning. Stubborn brat. He signaled his men to seize her and discard the boy. "Break the kid's limbs," he ordered coldly. 𝒃𝒨 panicked, turning his desperate eyes toward me, the mysterious stranger. Great hero, please, save us, he begged. I don't know who you are, but I'll owe you my entire life. A life debt? Now that's a juicy evolution cheat. A gentleman never breaks his word, I whispered, moving like lightning. Suddenly, a blinding aura exploded from my small frame. The sheer pressure made the earth tremble as my power surged. Baothang froze, his face pale with terror. Before he could blink, I materialized right in front of his arrogant face. One punch. That was all it took. He flew back like a broken doll, his defenses shattered by my overwhelming strength. I already crushed the Tuma clan's genius. I roared at the goons. Who wants to be the next corpse? They trembled, paralyzed by my killing intent. 𝒂𝒎𝒆 watched, mesmerized by how easily I dominated these high-level martial artists. Run! They shrieked, fleeing like rats. I laughed internally. Cowards. I'll let them live to spread fear among my enemies. The lovers bowed low, their voices shaking with gratitude. Thank you, my lord. We shall never forget this life-saving favor. I brushed it off with a smirk. But 𝒂𝒎𝒆, sensing an opportunity, stepped forward with a mischievous glint in her eyes. If you want to pay us back, we have one small request, she teased. The couple looked up, curious and wary. Can you lead us to the Medicine King's Valley? She asked. Tianwu hesitated, his face turning pale at the mention. 𝒂𝒎𝒆 didn't let up. It's the safest place, right? We're being hunted because of you two. It's only fair. Realizing she was right, Tianwu sighed in defeat. Fine. I'll take you there. It's the least I can do. 𝒂𝒎𝒆 winked at me, proud of her negotiation skills. I nodded, satisfied. Our evolution into godhood was proceeding perfectly. We journeyed deep into the hidden valley. Inside the Grand Medicine King's hall, I sat across from the clan head. I am 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆, master of this realm, he spoke solemnly. Thank you for saving my reckless, unfilial son. I played it cool. As a successor of the Thunder God, helping those in need is just part of the job. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 slammed his fist in anger. I warned that boy about the world's dangers, yet he nearly got himself killed. He looked ashamed to even face me. But I cut to the chase. The Hongbao clan won't stop here. They value their reputation too much, I warned. And the demon sects are eyeing your connection to the merchant union. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's face darkened with worry. He knew his valley lacked the martial power to fend off such legendary monsters. This was the moment. Don't worry, Lord 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆. I'll protect this valley from those scheming snakes, for a price. His eyes lit up with hope. You mean it? I smiled, thinking of the divine thunder pill I truly needed. Meanwhile, 𝒂𝒎𝒆 toured the lush grounds. This place is incredible, she chirped, feeling like she was in a fairy tale. The lady smiled, but worry lingered. Is it really safe? What if they track us to this very spot? Tianwu hugged her tight. The valley is protected by an ancient, invisible barrier. No outsider can ever find us here. Suddenly, the sky fractured. A massive surge of mysterious energy rocked the entire valley, sending everyone into a panic. What's happening? They cried. I appeared instantly, my eyes fixed on the collapsing sky. The impossible was happening. The barrier. It's being torn apart from the outside, I shouted. Tianwu's face went white. How could this be? Did they hire a legendary formation master? I muttered. The sanctuary was no more. The real war had just begun. Suddenly, a terrifying, divine energy exploded from Prince Dirk's side. The trio watched as the very air began to distort. Young master, what's happening? I've never seen this. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 shouted. The defensive barrier is being torn to shreds. Young Master Tianwu gasped in shock. Impossible. How did they find us? What monster could possess such overwhelming power? 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's face darkened. They brought a Grand Master of Formations to break our walls. The real battle for domination begins now. The enemy used the soul-chasing scent to track the lady. They've cornered us by following her trail. Lady Shangguan panicked as she realized she was the target. Meanwhile, 𝒂𝒎𝒆 couldn't hide her growing anxiety. She cried out, Young master, your plant god power is vast, but facing the entire Hongbao clan alone is madness. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 smirked. My evolution energy has stabilized. Once I consume the 2 divine pills, my power will reach godhood. I'll achieve my final form within 3 days. Young Master Tianwu shouted, fueled by absolute confidence and determination. I'll finish the refining on time. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 nodded. Then I shall leave this task in your capable hands. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's brow furrowed. But young master, can our defensive barrier really withstand their relentless assault for 3 days? 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 remained indifferent. Then we simply buy time. Elsewhere, Huang Baomin's rage exploded like a violent storm. Who is it? Who dared to infiltrate my camp and shatter my sacred arrays? He roared, his killing intent overflowing. A subordinate trembled with the report. The masters are breathing, but their cultivation veins are completely destroyed beyond repair. The clan's prestige was crumbling. Min screamed. First they humiliate my family, and now they dare to spill our blood? 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 sneered mockingly. How embarrassing for a top-tier great family to let such a pathetic failure happen. Calling yourselves elite is a joke if you can't handle this. Min snapped. You dare insult me to my face? If the Sima clan had provided the promised reinforcements, this battle would have been over days ago. Min barked back. Trong Heap didn't back down. The mighty Huangbao clan can't even capture a single girl? How utterly incompetent. Min growled. That monster brat defeated Huangbao Thang. He's guarding her, and I suspect you sent them help. Trong Heap gritted his teeth. The little sect leader is traveling alone. I've told you 1,000 times that's impossible. Our bickering is exactly what those pests want. We need to stop this madness and focus on the real threat. I will summon more formation experts. If you wish, I'll even deploy my elite shadow troops to end this. Min calmed his fury. Fine. I don't want to owe you, but my warriors alone will crush those weaklings. Just get the masters here. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 cursed silently, loathing Min's arrogance while plotting his own dark move. I'll wipe those fools out myself. Their deaths will serve as the perfect sacrifice for the Shura Gate's rebirth. Our hidden strength isn't at its peak yet. He retreated into the shadows, his eyes gleaming with sinister ambition. What if they're baiting us into a trap? They might possess enough power to annihilate our entire vanguard army. I cannot take that risk. Deploy the Flying Eagle squad. We must strike now with absolute and crushing force. At the Medicine King's manor, 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 released a messenger bird. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's request is finally done, she whispered. But he's too busy to even speak with me. I should check if the evolution pills are near completion. Entering the room, she saw a tender moment between Tianvu and 𝒏𝒗𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆, making her heart ache sharply. 𝒏𝒃𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 looked up in surprise. Lady 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆, are you here to check on the progress of the medicine? Lady Shangguan smiled softly. The Thunderstar pill will be ready in 12 hours. The rest follows the plan. Everything will be ready in 3 days. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 bowed her head, feeling like a shadow in their bright world. I see. I'll inform young Master 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆. She turned to leave as 𝒏𝒗𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 focused back on Tianvu. Are you exhausted, my love? With you here, I feel the strength of 1,000 warriors, he replied. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's heart felt heavy with sorrow. Lady Shangguan supports him so well, while I am useless to 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆. What can I even do for him? Suddenly, her thoughts were cut short. A massive crack appeared in the barrier. The defensive formation was shattering. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 sprinted toward 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆, her voice trembling with a sense of doom. Young master, we have a crisis. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 didn't flinch, his eyes already fixed on the approaching enemy aura. So, they found new formation masters already? They're more persistent than I expected, he remarked with cold calm. Assassinating the masters will be harder now. We have no choice but to meet them head-on in glorious battle. He calculated his next move. I plan to evolve using the Thunder Pill and the twin-headed snake core first. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's eyes filled with dread. Are you really going to face their entire army alone again, my lord? 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's confidence was absolute. Once I consume the pill, no one in this world will stand a chance. But 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 shook with fear. They've brought in legendary experts. Facing them alone is a path to certain death. I won't stay behind. I'm going to fight by your side, she pleaded, her resolve finally hardening into steel. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 cut her off, his voice firm. I appreciate your loyalty, but I won't let you get hurt. Follow me. This will be a brutal war, and I won't fall easily. Don't worry, I'm not fighting alone. Meanwhile, Mok receives a secret letter. The letter explains everything. It's time to make a tactical strike. The Huang clan is formidable, but they aren't the only ones lurking. Most are Sima clan puppets. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 needs reinforcements tonight. Steel clashes in the forest. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 fights a desperate solo battle. Surrounded on all sides, the enemy's pressure is reaching its peak. But for our protagonist, this struggle is just a warm-up. Bao Min strikes with fury. Die for blocking the Huang clan. Tension rises. Their power is heavy, and their teamwork is flawless. As expected of the 7 great clans, their coordination is elite. Yet, they are still amateurs to him. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 leaps high. He broke our formation? How could he shatter it so easily? He was hiding his true power. Did he kill the Sima squad? 𝒂𝒎𝒆 watches closely. He's still holding back. But for what? 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 roars. Warriors of the Huang clan, retreat immediately. Is harassing innocent civilians truly the way of a great clan? Wake up! The Sima clan is your true enemy, not me. 𝒏𝒄𝒃 screams back. The Sima are enemies? What lies? I'm giving you a chance to see their cruel trap. Words aren't enough. I'll silence your insulting mouth forever. No choice but to fight. Are these guys all muscle, no brain? Suddenly, a piercing screech echoes through the dark, dense woods. A hidden assassin strikes. The chaos reaches a fever pitch. The Sima clan arrives. Kill them all and frame the Huang. 𝒏𝒄𝒃 is livid. You despicable coward, how dare you? It wasn't me. Look at the Sima dogs behind you. Can't you see you're being used? But his warnings are ignored. Shut up. I'll tear you apart. 𝒏𝒄𝒃's strike is devastating. An ambush from behind. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 narrowly parries the lethal strike. Enough. It's time to unleash it. Lightning arts. Activate. 𝒏𝒄𝒃 is blown back. What was that blinding golden light? Shock turns to terror. Is that the descent of the thunder god? Panic spreads. Distracted by the light, the soldiers are cut down. Kill him. Kill that monster first. They charge in a frenzy. One strike of the thunder god. The enemies are charred instantly. 3 lightning arrows fly. The black-clad assassins fall like flies. He hurls his shield with force. Another enemy is crushed instantly. Lightning follows his command. The shield returns to its master. 𝒏𝒄𝒃 stands paralyzed. Who? What kind of monster is he? A brilliant golden light pierces the night, drawing every eye. His allies sigh in relief. That flashy power? It's definitely him. How did he gain such godlike strength in just a few years? The cleanup here is done. Let's go help 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆. The righteous warriors of 𝒏𝒄𝒃 vanish, leaving only legends behind. Blood spatters the dirt. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 is battered and broken in this brutal showdown. 𝒂𝒎𝒆 watches in horror as our hero's legendary cultivation hits its absolute limit. Damn it, he growls internally. His body is lead, and his arms refuse to obey. Even with the thunder pill, he's hit a wall. Was his chi usage too reckless? Seizing the chance, the cowardly 𝒏𝒄𝒃 draws his blade to end it all. 𝒂𝒎𝒆 charges forward. She must stop him in this heartbeat of destiny. Like a shield of grace, she blocks his path. 𝒏𝒄𝒃's rage boils over instantly. Unfazed, she stands her ground. Stop this. We have no wish to fight your family. But 𝒏𝒄𝒃 is blinded by bloodlust. Move, or I'll cut you down where you stand. He's a fool. The Tula sect is clearly playing him like a puppet. The thunder god already wiped them out. Why can't he see the obvious trap? Lies, he bellows. No one survives after insulting the prestige of the imperial family. Death looms over 𝒂𝒎𝒆. But wait. A sudden gash opens on 𝒏𝒄𝒃's face. It was 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆. One final, desperate strike, before he collapses into total darkness. 𝒂𝒎𝒆 catches him, her heart aching. But danger still lurks in the shadows. Voices echo nearby. Over there, found them. The imperial reinforcements have arrived. She's alone and exhausted. How can she save him? Then, a miracle appears. It's Hogan's squad. Lady 𝒂𝒎𝒆, we're here. The Western forces are moving out. Meanwhile, at the enemy base, the Great Lord fumes over his massive military losses. 3 top generals gone. The Valley of Heaven has become a graveyard for his men. Fear takes root. What kind of monster is lurking in that valley to cause this? Reports flow in. It was an imposter. Someone was wearing the mask of Tumabish. The survivors tell tales of shadow assassins, deadly ghosts, meant to frame their rivals. The truth emerges. These killers were the Tuma family's elite Eagle Squadron. Forget the girl. The priority now is finding the rat behind this grand deception. Who is pulling the strings? What is the Tuma family's ultimate, hidden endgame? The Lord's eyes narrow. Fine. It seems a blade has been stuck in our backs. Prepare for war. We'll march on the valley and hunt down every last traitor. Back in the infirmary, 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 is fighting a different battle against a lethal fever. He's burning up, The Thunder God's power is a double-edged sword within his veins. Delirious. He whispers a name. Lu Hoa. Wait for me. I'll come back. I promise. 𝒂𝒆𝒄𝒂𝒆's heart shatters for him. She can't just watch him fade away. I am the successor of the secret pavilion. I must use my forbidden art. She unleashes the heaven thunder harmony. By dawn, his life force finally stabilizes. 𝒂𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's eyes flutter open. Where am I? His vision starts to clear. He sees 𝒂𝒆𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 resting by his side. Her presence is a warm, gentle light. Did you save me again? He asks softly. She blushes, hiding her pure devotion. He tries to stand, frustrated by his weakness. My arrogance almost cost us everything. Please, rest, she pleads. But a shockwave of power suddenly pulses through his body. His injuries are gone. His internal cultivation is evolving at a godlike speed. Is this your doing, my lady? He asks, sensing her incredible, hidden spiritual aura. She admits her secret. To pay my debt, I use the secret pavilion's healing arts. 𝒂𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 is stunned. Such a sacrifice is unheard of. How can I ever repay you? He takes her hand, and her world spins. Is this the start of a legend? Suddenly, the door bursts open. It's Hogun, loud and energetic as always. Hey there, Master Sprout. I heard that leaf twitching. Finally decided to wake up? Don't mind me. I saw nothing. Keep enjoying your peaceful plant life, little Sprout. The botanical evacuation is fully prepared. We are ready to move the seedlings now. Hearing the report, Master Sprout felt his sap rise with satisfaction. Everything was ready. Excellent work, everyone. Relocate the medicinal root clan to the southern capital immediately. My Blade Leaf squad will secretly escort you all to the White Orchid Sanctuary. Once you arrive, you shall find fertile soil at the Zhejiang Burial Mountain peaks. I will repay this divine grace, Master Sprout. Please, accept this humble bottle of fertilizer. After absorbing the essence gift, the legendary plant god began his journey back home. I appreciate your fierce loyalty, Hogun. Even though this wasn't your garden to weed. Hogun chuckled softly. What are friends for? Besides, I should apologize because I was just a wandering weed passing by. I know nothing of the Medicine King. Master Sprout felt a surge of warmth. I shall repay this debt of sunlight, Hogun. Suddenly, the elegant 𝒂𝒆𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 approached. I hear you're venturing out alone again, Master. He had to admit it. I must negotiate with the Golden Shield clan's lords. I intend to forge an alliance to uproot the 𝒂𝒏𝒻 clan's vile corruption. 𝒂𝒆𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 sighed. Convincing those stubborn woodcutters? That sounds like a suicide mission, Master. Even Master Sprout looked grim. But then, 𝒂𝒆𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's eyes sparkled with a plan. I don't doubt your fragrance, milady, but the danger of being chopped is too high. Your survival is my highest priority. I cannot risk my most precious blossom. Thank you, but I fear no blade. As the secret petal mistress, I'm ready. I truly wish to be the thorns that protect your path, Master Sprout. Faced with her iron will, the plant god relented. I place my trust in you. That very night, the Golden Shield clan's axes arrived, ready to clear the forest. They searched every bush. Blast it! Have these forest spirits vanished into thin air? Deploy the stalker squad. Those seedlings couldn't have rooted very far yet. Suddenly, the general found a vine-wrapped letter pinned to a tree by a thorn. By morning, he stormed the forest shack, shouting at the tiny green sprout inside. Whether you're an immortal sprout or a common weed, you will answer to us. You have guts for a vegetable. Pointing your thorns at the Golden Shield clan? Bark all you want. You've already seen the 𝒂𝒏𝒻 clan's plan to burn everything. 𝒂𝒆𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 stepped forward. We cannot settle this feud with the Golden Shield immediately. But shouldn't we unite against the forest fire that seeks to devour us all? The 𝒂𝒏𝒻 phantoms are the ones who slaughtered your men in the valley. Hearing her words, the general's rage cooled. The seeds of truth began to sprout. Our vines were the ones who shielded your survivors from those shadow assassins. We must end this meaningless pruning and focus our strength on the real blight. I hear you, but how do I know you aren't parasites working for them? I cannot simply trust a talking plant and a mysterious blossom on blind faith. Do you really think a delicate flower like me would feed you such lies? The general wavered. How could a mere sprout possess such overwhelming, divine authority? Fine then. I shall take your entire clan hostage with my legendary thorns. The general stumbled back in shock. Did a tiny sprout just threaten his life? Enough. There's no need for threats. I shall trust your roots. Just this once. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 leaned in and whispered, "How was that for a dramatic bloom, master? Am I great?" He smiled. "I'll count on you, my precious sprout." She giggled, blushing. "A lord who knows fear? How charming." Nanjing. In a dark Nanjing corner, a spy lurks in the shadows. The survivors will come. I'll take them as my hostages soon. I must expose the fake master to save my own neck. Target spotted. The little master has arrived. It is time. He rushes off. The duo hauls their carriage out of city. Assassins ambush. Capture them alive. Strike them down right now. They charge, but heavenly lightning strikes. Everyone is suddenly paralyzed. The commander freezes. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 smirks. A big fish trapped. More troops. Stop him. But every soldier is blown back instantly. They can't touch a single hair. This vegetable is too strong. Terrified, the leader flees. Leaving so soon? 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 laughs coldly. A shield flies, crushing his back. He falls, losing consciousness instantly. Back home, 𝒌𝒏𝒃𝒍𝒆 fumes. You went abroad without a word? You brought an army? You want ships for your transportation too? Borrowing carriages? You always exceed my wildest expectations, my lord. He scratches his head nervously. 𝒌𝒏𝒃 glares at 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆. Your work is vital. But keeping this lowly servant nearby? My faith is wavering. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 looks down in deep shame. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 intervenes. This is for the future of our clan. This will benefit you. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 isn't just a common maid. She's brilliant. She's helped my evolution more than anyone else. He touches her. I'm sorry for leaving secretly, Lady Yu. For our future, please be generous. His sincerity moves her heart. I was too harsh. 𝒌𝒏𝒃 sighs. Take the family fleet. I'll handle the transport. But next time, don't keep secrets. He sighs in relief. He's finally calmed his fierce lover down. 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 is still flustered, her face burning bright red. Walking outside, he apologizes. I'm sorry she called you a weed. It's fine, she says. I am a maid. She's just jealous. If I were her, I'd worry about my tongue. She gasps. She covers her mouth. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 laughs. Are you teasing me? Has the lady fallen for me? Her heart practically explodes now. Just kidding, he says, stepping ahead to block her path dramatically. But truly, you are vital. Please, stay by my side always. Help me, and I'll give you everything I own in return. She smiles, heart full. I will help with all my strength. Later, 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 meditates. But her face haunts his divine mind. Why is her smile stuck in my head? A real problem. I've reincarnated, yet I'm trapped by her beauty. Must focus. I must master the poison yang art to evolve my form. He swallows the pill. Lightning explodes. The plant god awakens. Elsewhere, Trongkin roars. That brat survived? This means total war. Summon the Asura Sword Saint. The final war begins now. Bring that Tula blade trash to me. My roots have already bound him tight. The martial world was shocked. This tiny sprout actually kept his word. Now, will you join my garden to crush the 𝒌𝒏𝒃𝒂𝒎𝒆 clan? They bowed instantly. Our main character stood tall, a tiny weed radiating the aura of a god. High on the city walls, 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 found 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 trembling with worry. Don't fret, sister. Our brother is no ordinary plant. He's a miracle worker. She remembered his leaves rustling in the wind. I have grown enough here. Go to Nanjing first. I will evolve and follow you soon. 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 vowed to grow stronger under the sister's guidance until his return. But not everyone was happy. 𝒌𝒏𝒃 watched from the shadows, eyes green with envy. In the capital, a massive crowd gathered around a new imperial decree. The Huangbao clan issued an ultimatum. The 𝒌𝒏𝒃𝒂𝒎𝒆 clan's roots are rotting. Surrender the Tula sect leader now, or face total annihilation by heaven's will. Inside his dark office, Trongkin's face twisted into a demonic sneer. Those Huangbao fools think they can weed me out? How amusingly arrogant. He licked his lips. If they want a bloodbath, I'll give them a massacre. Suddenly, assassins struck from the dark, turning a peaceful walk into a nightmare. News reached the Alliance. The 𝒌𝒏𝒃𝒂𝒎𝒆 clan has made the first move. A cornered rat bites back. But I am the ultimate predator. Don't panic. Their withered strength is nothing compared to our blooming power. They're just stalling for time so their leaders can escape like cowards. We must strike their heart now. My vines are ready for harvest. Night fell as the alliance surrounded the Sima clan's hidden fortress. Leading the charge, our MC moved like a ghost through the undergrowth. Even the legendary Namgung clan arrived, drawn by the scent of this monster plant. Namgung Hao stepped forward, his eyes searching for the one leading this chaos. We fight for justice, but can we trust a leader who hides his true form? The MC laughed internally. These Namgung elites are as arrogant as ever. Fine, stay proud. I'll show you why you should fear a simple seedling. I am tracking the Nine Heavens sect in secret, so my identity stays hidden. Hao grunted in annoyance. Fine. I'll trust you. Just this once. Little did he know, the MC was already planning to make him pay for that tone. Hao felt a chill. This kid's aura. It's like an ancient forest of death. First, we prune the Sima clan. Then, I'll unmask this mysterious sprout. When do we strike? At the stroke of midnight. The hunt begins. Boom! An explosion rocked the earth as the Sima clan struck first. Through the thick smoke, two titans emerged. The Tula Blade and Sword Lords. Kill them all! They roared, as the battlefield turned into a meat grinder. Why attack now? They don't have the numbers to win this suicidal charge. It's a distraction. They're sacrificing their pawns so the king can flee. I won't let them escape. The evolution points are mine. Our MC soared through the air, riding a bolt of lightning like a god. The old masters gasped, unable to track his godlike speed with their eyes. Move out. Don't let that sprout take all the glory. Activating his divine lightning eyes, the MC scanned the fortress for his prey. Just above the stairs, those weaklings fell like flies. Mugan cut them down and charged ahead. He signaled his allies to retreat, then smashed through a wall to reveal a secret hideout. Did you rats really think a small hole would save you? You thought you had escaped, didn't you? He threw his shield onto the water to surf across. You picked a fight with the wrong monster. Light gleamed at the tunnel's end. The enemies were already on a ship, preparing to flee. They thought they were safe from the Sword Sovereign. But Mugan suddenly plummeted onto the deck. The enemies froze in pure shock. The villain, Zhang Kyung, roared, asking who he was. Mugan smirked with cold eyes. I am the one here to clean up trash like you. The villain sneered, mocking him for hiding his name. A nameless bug shouldn't act so bold. That is rich coming from a coward who uses dirty tricks to hide his sins. The villain's rage ignited. Two Asura warriors lunged forward, seeking to silence the witness forever. Since you have seen our faces, death is your only path. It was time for the demon sex transformation. He mutated into the horrifying Blood Asura Lord. Mugan braced himself against the coming storm of blades. A sneak attack came from the right, but Mugan intercepted it, knocking them back with overwhelming force. I should be the one telling you that. The battle exploded, turning the ship into a burning hell. Mugan entered his lightning god state. The villain's eyes widened. Could he be the legendary lightning god? If you know who I am, then prepare to die. Mugan targeted the leader with unstoppable fury. The situation turned dire for the cultists. The second warrior rushed in to save his falling master. Even 2 against 1, they were barely holding on. The Asura warriors panted, gasping for air. Their combined strength was not enough to stop this monster. One swing from Mugan's blade pushed them back. The leader stood helpless as debris flew everywhere. He began gathering every drop of his demonic mana. The Asura blood jade pulsed with a sinister aura. Mugan felt a chill as the dark energy gathered. A massive wave of mana blasted toward him. Mugan struggled, but the villain's power only grew more feral. The mana consumed his ally's energy to feed itself. Losing his mind, the villain transformed into a mindless beast. Mugan condensed his lightning into a single, glowing sphere. He pointed his blade at the charging monsters. Moonlight heaven struck like a falling star. The villain barely managed to block the devastating impact. Mugan pushed his power to the absolute limit. He erected a lightning shield that nothing could pierce. Seeing his strike fail, Mugan chose a direct clash. Don't underestimate the Blood Asura, the villain screamed. Dozens of blood droplets fired like lethal bullets. Mugan grunted as one pierced his shoulder through the chaos. He is different from any foe I have faced. Now, I will finish this with one final strike. The fallen corpses suddenly rose like puppets. Mugan was trapped in a life-or-death pinch. Lightning exploded under his feet, launching him skyward. The lightning god's ascent kept him hovering in the air. His blade was cloaked in a thick layer of electricity. The lightning sun sword was ready to descend. He dove straight through the villain's supposedly perfect shield. The moonlight dance strike was unavoidable. "You bastard! I won't die alone." The villain traded his life for a final blood bullet volley. Pain racked Mugon's body as he hit the ground. The villain laughed, claiming the demon sect would eventually rule. He ranted about the future of the 9 heavens. But he stopped as Mugon began to transform again. A massive, blinding energy began to envelop Mugon. His power reached a level beyond human comprehension. "Your words are useless against me, you trash. If you stay there, I will simply erase you. I will wipe the 9 heavens demon sect from this world." Mugon focused everything into his final blade. He pointed his sword at the monstrosity before him. The villain was paralyzed by the overwhelming pressure. Mugon's divine energy completely consumed his enemy's soul. Even in his final moments, the villain remained loyal. "Long live the demon sect," he screamed before vanishing. The explosion tore the ship into 1,000 pieces. After the smoke cleared, the vessel was a total wreck. Mugon lay unconscious on the drifting wooden planks. The night passed as the current carried the wreckage. A girl named Little Lotus spotted the ship from afar. A lone figure lies motionless amidst the carnage as the cleanup crew surveys the ruins. Reports flood in total annihilation. Not a single soul survived the previous night's hellish clash. Hong Bao Nyan demands answers regarding the whereabouts of Tuma Trung Kin. Still nothing. Panic erupts as a charred, unrecognizable corpse is discovered. The fallen master has been found. It seems he tried to escape by sea. But why is he burnt to a crisp? The body's state is unnatural. Huang Baonyan senses a terrifying power behind this killing. Traces of the mysterious attacker from the Thientong Valley remain. He actually did it. Nam Kung Hao is shaken. That boy. He broke through his limits to slay a legend. A single youth defeated such a monster? But where has our mysterious hero vanished to? Looking at the horizon, Nam Kung Hao knows if he lives, the Murim will never be the same. Meanwhile, our protagonist slowly awakens. Nearby, a girl named Lian Hoa grills fish over a fire. Vision blurry, head pounding. Was he unconscious this entire time? He struggles to sit upright. "Where is this?" Lian Hoa quips. "Oh, you're alive? I thought you were just a floating corpse." Seeing him awake, she offers a piece of fish with a surprisingly generous smile. Startled by her presence, he barely reacts before she stuffs the food directly into his mouth. He devours it hungrily as she begins to pry. What happened to end up on that wreck? He studies her, a lone female traveler. Something about her seems different, almost familiar. His eyes lock onto the blade at her hip. That's the mark of the Baotha sword sect. They are an elite order of female warriors, famous throughout the Murim for their deadly elegance. Lian Hoa catches him staring and tilts her head. "Is there something on my face? Or are you just shocked to see a girl wandering alone with a sword like this?" She laughs it off, but he can tell this girl is no ordinary wanderer. "Thank you for saving me," he says. "I owe you my life, though I have little to offer." She waves it off. "Helping others is my duty. I'm Lian Hoa." "What's your name, stranger?" "I am 𝑣𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆, he replies. She stands, looking him over with newfound interest. "𝑣𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆? Not bad. Since we're around the same age, drop the formalities, will you?" She tosses him some fresh clothes. "Finding you like this must be fate. Want to be friends?" 𝑣𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 pauses, the two of them sharing a silent, charged moment as he dresses. "It would be an honor to call a girl like you my friend," he finally smiles. She heads to her horse, teasing him. "Are you sure you aren't much older than me?" "We're the same age," he insists, hiding the fact he's technically lived an entire past life. "I'm heading to Hangzhou." "What about you?" she asks. He sheathes his sword, pondering his path. He originally planned to head home by sea, but fate seems to have other ideas. Hangzhou it is then, he decides. Suddenly, the thunder of hooves echoes from the distance. It's the Black Sword Gang, led by the arrogant young master, Duong So Trui. Lian Hoa groans. "This pest again?" 𝑣𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 is surprised. "You know this guy? I gave him a well-deserved beating at a tavern recently," she explains. Now he's obsessed. He's been hunting her ever since. 𝑣𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 can't help but pity the fool. The Black Sword Gang is a titan in Tiehung, yet their heir was thrashed by a girl, so Trui dismounts, strutting forward with a fake air of noble authority. "No need to run, my lady. I was merely over-refreshed during our last encounter." He offers a hollow apology. To 𝑣𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆, It looks less like a plea and more like a threat. The arrogance is stifling. This man doesn't want forgiveness. He wants a rematch. I'll overlook your previous violence, so True sneers, if you agree to settle things now. If not, you'll have to take full responsibility for your actions against the Black Sword Gang. Little lady, surely you don't want things to get difficult? He sneered with unbearable arrogance. Unbelievable. This coward actually brought an entire squad of soldiers just to threaten one girl? Is this how a young sect leader acts? I refuse to deal with such a spineless coward. Her words stung his pride. Fine. I'll teach this arrogant brat a lesson she won't forget. As tension peaked, 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 stepped in, but Lianhua blocked him with a confident smirk. A weakling like him? I'll handle it. Enraged by her taunt, so Trui launched a reckless attack, but she didn't flinch. Charging straight ahead, she caught the arrogant young master completely off guard. Boom! A flurry of gut punches sent So Trui crashing down, literally foaming at the mouth. The young sect leader is defeated. The goons cried out, ganging up on her like cowards. How dare you touch him? Lianhua mocked them. Men attacking one girl? Have you no shame? 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 stepped forward, his gaze chilling. I'd feel ashamed of you if I were your parents. In one breath, he decimated 3 thugs. He turned back. Consider my life debt to you settled. Lianhua's eyes went wide. She pointed a finger at our hero. Wait. You're a martial artist? You look so soft. I thought you were just some pampered rich kid from a wealthy family. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 could only give a dry laugh. I'll take that as a compliment. He then approached So Trui. Time to end this for good. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 unsheathed his blade, making Lianhua gasp in shock. He drew his dagger coldly. I've seen this before. Leave them alive, and they'll only bring trouble. She lunged forward, forcing his blade back into its sheath. No, you can't just kill so recklessly. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 disagreed. He's no common thug. He's a sect leader's son. He will definitely seek revenge. If we let him live, the trouble will never end. We have to finish this now. Maybe, she countered. But everyone deserves a chance to change, no matter how wicked they are. Her ironclad logic left him speechless. She really was as pure and naive as the rumors said. The rumors were right. The 𝒊𝒆𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 sword sect is full of merciful, kind-hearted warriors. Lianhua's face turned bright red. What? How did you know my sect's secret identity? A lone woman traveling with a sword? It wasn't exactly a difficult secret to uncover. I'm sorry, she stammered. Revealing my identity usually leads to all sorts of unwanted complications. He turned away indifferently. No need for apologies. Everyone has secrets they need to keep. Besides, how long are you going to stand there? Don't we have to reach Thuongchao? 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 mounted his horse, challenging her to move. She smirked. Try your best to keep up. The two galloped toward Hangzhou, finally stopping at a quiet pavilion after their long journey. But the training never stops. The sound of clashing steel soon filled the peaceful night air. Her technique, 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 thought. The 𝒊𝒆𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 style is incredibly swift and elegant, like a dance of death and beauty. They sparred intensely, gaining a deep respect for one another. As the moon rose high, they finally shared a quiet meal under the starlit sky. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 downed a cup of wine while Lianhua finally spoke what was on her mind. From the 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 sect. Yet you were found drifting in a river? What exactly happened? With her cheeks flushed from the alcohol, she waited. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 simply gave a vague response. It's a long story. She reached for the bottle, but he quickly scolded her unladylike behavior. A lady shouldn't be so casual with wine. But she just laughed and poured him another. I'm no ordinary lady. I want to experience everything I missed out on during this journey. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 raised his cup, moved by her spirit. Then let's drink until we both fall over. It's a deal, she cheered, clinking her glass against his. The night was just beginning. Wait, what kind of wine is this? She giggled. He roared with laughter. The best kind, but their peace was shattered. From the shadows, a group of hostile figures began to emerge. It was Duong, So True. And he didn't come alone, he brought a massive powerhouse for his revenge. Hu Thon glared at the duo, questioning if these brats had dared humiliate the young sect leader. His lackey barked in agreement. Hu Thon hoisted his massive blade, determined to crush the little girl. So Trui smirked, promising a reward for their heads. But Lianhua had already heard every word. Settle this debt, and I will pay you well, he chirped. Ahead, Lianhua gripped her sword tightly. I heard that, she yelled. Giving trash like you a second chance was clearly a waste of time. Power surged around 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 as he sighed. Leopards truly never change their spots, do they? Leave that man to me, he declared, launching a devastating shockwave toward the thuggish 𝑰𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆. 𝑰𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 raised his heavy blade to block, but the sheer impact left him utterly shell-shocked. Meanwhile, 𝑙ianhoa's blade sang. She carved through the henchman like a hot knife through butter. In a flash, she reached the arrogant young master, swinging her steel in 2 lethal arcs. 𝑰𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 spun around in terror. "Young master!" he screamed, but 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 was already there. "Looking the wrong way, pal." 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's legendary sword shattered the giant cleaver into useless scrap metal. So Trui howled like a wounded beast, clutching his bleeding arm. 𝑙ianhoa's gaze remained icy cold. "Stupid trash," she spat. The once proud young master was now groveling at her feet like a dog. "Please, mercy. I will never bother you again," he begged. But 𝑙ianhoa had seen enough lies. "No more chances," she declared, raising her blade for the final strike. But a sword blocked her. It was 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆. She frowned. "Are you really asking me to show this scum mercy now?" He looked at the trembling coward. "Mercy? No. I am just annoyed I did not finish him sooner." So Trui interrupted. "Wait. I am the leader of the Black Sword Sect. If you kill me..." 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 did not let him finish. A swift, brutal strike to the gut sent him to the afterlife. He sheathed his blade calmly. "Your hands should not be stained by the blood of such filth." Her face flushed crimson. I see. Thanks." Before she could linger, he urged her to move. They vanished before reinforcements arrived. But 𝑙ianhoa's heart was racing for a completely different reason. "Why does my chest feel so weird every time I look at him?" she wondered, touching her heart. These strange waves of emotion were new to her. Shaking it off, they continued their long journey. Soon, they reached a breathtaking valley. "Wow! Look at this view!" 𝑙ianhoa cheered, her eyes sparkling. Even 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 felt at peace. "It is beautiful. Nature has a way of healing the soul. I could watch these mountains forever," she whispered. "It feels like being a carefree child again." 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 smirked playfully. "A beautiful lady like you fits this scenery perfectly. I cannot look away." She laughed, her heart fluttering. "Are you teasing me? I never saw sights like this in captivity." Even if it was just a joke, her pulse was hammering against her ribs like a drum. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 smiled at her, but his mind drifted. "She reminds me so much of Lady Doan." "Use this journey to see the world," he advised. "Opportunities like this are rare. Treasure it. Women's intuition is a scary thing. You are thinking of someone else, aren't you?" "A woman?" He did not lie. "Yes. She is someone truly special and beautiful. Just like you are now." Jealousy flared in her eyes. "Is she? Your lover?" 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 looked away toward the horizon. "Let us just say, she is the person I wanted to see this view with," he replied. Suddenly, the heavens opened up. A heavy downpour mirrored the sudden gloom in 𝑙ianhoa's heart. They huddled in a small cave. 𝑙ianhoa was shivering, her clothes soaked through to the bone. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 started stripping off his wet tunic. "Take those off, or you will catch a cold," she gasped, covering herself. "You pervert! What are you doing?" He just showed off his abs. "Relax. I will turn around and start a fire. I will not look. I promise," he said. Her mind was a mess. Can I trust him? He is still a man with natural instincts. Her heart was pounding so loud she thought it might explode. But finally, she started to undress. "You are not like other men, are you?" she whispered, trying to break the heavy silence. 𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 questioned her motive. Slowly, she shed her drenched robes. "Every man in this Murim wasteland is trash. They are either dull, disappointing, or purely predatory, driven only by their own dark, twisted desires. I nearly abandoned this journey to hide in Anbao. But then, fate threw me into your path. You are stronger than any legend I have heard. A man of integrity who truly sees me." 𝑙ianhoa. 𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 whispered her name. She looked up. "That woman you mentioned earlier. What is she to you? Is there a sacred vow between you two?" 𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 shook his head. "No. Our bond is not of that nature." Relief washed over her like a warm tide. Silence fell as the fire crackled between them. Suddenly, she embraced his broad, bare back. "I can't hold back. My heart burns for you. I knew it the moment we met. My chest thunders like a war drum. It feels as if my soul might explode." This heat. It is unbearable. I need to be closer, to soothe this ache. Clueless, Kwan asked. What should I do now? Just hold me, she breathed softly. Outside, the storm raged, matching the fire within. Under the silver moonlight, 𝑰𝒏𝒃𝒎𝒆 stood alone. Her heart was heavy with unspoken, bitter worries. No sign of Master 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 yet, my lady. She sighed deeply. Keep searching. Do not stop. Report every lead immediately. She gazed at the moon, her thoughts consumed by him. Inside the dark cavern, the two slept soundly. A peaceful sanctuary while the world outside crumbled. At dawn, Kwan sat up, lost in thought. He reflected on the strange path of his reincarnation. Even in this new life, love remains inescapable. He watched Lianhua's peaceful, sleeping face. He felt a pang of guilt for his indecision. Suddenly, her voice cut through the morning silence. Thinking of another woman again, aren't you? Kwan startled. Oh, you're awake already? She pouted, eyes full of playful resentment. Why must your mind wander when I'm right here? He chuckled, gently patting her shoulder. She lunged into his arms. Then show me some affection. Truly, there is no woman quite like you. They packed their gear, ready for the horizon. Their steeds thundered through the emerald forest. They rode as one, chasing the morning sun. They traded blows in practice and shared stolen kisses. Days passed until Hangzhou's gates finally appeared. The city was a sea of bustling crowds. So this is Hangzhou. It's so alive, she cried. Kwan scanned the streets with a sharp gaze. Remind me, what is our business here? I won't return to that frozen hell empty-handed. She pointed toward a massive, opulent estate. The Great Bank of Hangzhou. This is where we secure our Murim fortune. She marched inside with total, supreme confidence. I heard your name carries weight here. Kwan. Let's see. Kwan smirked, remembering the wealth from his past life. Spoils from the Continental War, hidden for decades. This was one of his many legendary secret vaults. He waited patiently as she approached the counter. He planned to fund his secret shadow organization soon. Lianhua returned, proudly waving a small pouch. Look, I've secured the funds for our journey. She had never seen so much silver in her life. Tonight, we feast and stay at the finest inn. Kwan simply nodded. As you wish, my lady. He stepped past her toward the head teller. That is not how a true master handles gold. I'll treat you once I withdraw my own funds. With what? She scoffed. You have nothing. The teller bowed. How may I assist you today? Kwan reached into his robes, pulling out a token. I've come for a deposit left a long time ago. Lianhua grumbled. I just made 100 silver. Don't be so stubborn and just use mine. He ignored her, sliding the ancient medallion forward. The veteran teller froze, her eyes widening in terror. She recognized the legendary mark instantly. The golden dragon crest? From 30 years ago? A relic reserved only for the world's wealthiest monsters. Sweating profusely, she asked. How much, my lord? Everything, Kwan replied. 20,000 silver pieces, include 30 years of accumulated interest as well. Behind him, Lianhua's jaw hit the floor. Chaos erupted as the bank realized who he was. Servants sprinted to alert the high director. Master Zhang burst into the vault, face pale. Sir, an ancient power has come to claim the bank. Trouble brewed as hui-sung's silver scattered to the floor in a panic. You useless fool! Why barge in like a madman? The trembling manager gasped for air, ignoring the spilled coins. Sir, money doesn't matter right now. We are in deep trouble. The Hangzhou manager quickly recounted the nightmare. Someone had appeared bearing the legendary Golden Dragon tablet, demanding a massive withdrawal. Hui-sung's jaw dropped. 20,000 taels? From 30 years ago? Including the interest? Is he trying to bankrupt us? The manager nodded grimly. The tablet was authentic. 30 years of compounded interest had turned that small sum into a monster. The interest alone is 300,000. We owe 500,000 gold. Both men felt a massive headache coming on. Paying such a staggering amount in one go would cripple their operations. It was a financial death sentence for the branch. Hui-sung slammed the table in a rage. This is robbery. The interest is higher than the principal. This is totally unfair. This goes against everything our bank stands for. The fat manager agreed, but he had no logical way out of this. What's the plan, brother? I've delayed the payment for now, but we need a permanent solution before he comes back. A sinister smirk crept across Hui Sung's face. You're still too green. Dead men don't collect debts, do they? The greedy manager instantly understood the hidden meaning. So, we're sending him to the afterlife? To settle the balance permanently? Hui Sung crossed his arms. Why pay mercenaries if not for moments like this? I'll handle the logistics. You just watch him. Meanwhile, 𝑩𝒄𝒎𝒆 and Lien Hoa were enjoying a feast at Hangzhou's finest restaurant. Her face glowed with pure, unadulterated happiness. This is divine, 𝑩𝒄𝒎𝒆 chuckled. They say this is the legendary taste of Hangzhou. Only the best for my lady. Lien Hoa blushed, her eyes shimmering. It's not just the food. Everything tastes better when I'm eating with the man I love. 𝑩𝒄𝒎𝒆 felt his face heat up as they strolled along the harbor. So, what's our next move after we get paid? She smiled brightly. There's so much to see. I want to relax and soak in the beauty of this city for a bit. As you wish. I need a few days for the bank to prepare the gold anyway. Shall we enjoy a romantic walk? Lien Hoa clung to his arm playfully. Lead the way. Show me the most beautiful spots in Hangzhou, my dear guide. Suddenly, her voice turned soft. Will you leave once you have the money? He nodded. I must return to my home in Ondu. Many people are waiting for my return. She leaned into him silently. He knew exactly what her heart was yearning for. Their peaceful moment was shattered by a group of thugs. Oh, what a touching scene. A pair of lovebirds in the moonlight. The leader sneered. Seeing pretty couples like you makes me sick. You're just too sweet for your own good, aren't you? 𝑩𝒄𝒎𝒆 stood frozen in disbelief. What is this? Are we seriously getting shaken down by some D-rank mobsters right now? Lien Hoa whispered urgently. It's not just these two. We're surrounded. 𝑩𝒄𝒎𝒆 realized the bank had already made its move. Greedy merchants, he sighed. They love taking your gold, but they'd rather kill you than pay back a single copper coin. Lien Hoa's gaze turned icy as the circle tightened. So they chose death over debt? How typical of those corrupt old foxes. 𝑩𝒄𝒎𝒆 pointed at the leader with a mocking grin. Look, Lien Hoa. There are still people who treat lives like insects. The leader's veins popped in fury. Who are you calling insects? Kill them. Tear them apart right now, you bastards. The mob lunged with blades drawn. But in a flash of steel, their weapons shattered into worthless metal shards like glass. Before they could even process the shock, Lien Hoa unleashed a whirlwind of strikes, sending bodies flying into the dark night. The fight was over in seconds. 𝑩𝒄𝒎𝒆 signaled for a tactical retreat. Using lightfoot techniques, they vanished into the sky. 𝑩𝒄𝒎𝒆 led the way, leaping across glowing lanterns and rooftop tiles with the grace of a celestial being escaping shadows. The thugs stood frozen, jaws hanging open. What just happened? How can anyone move that fast? Are they even human? The leader snapped out of it, screaming. This is insane. After them. Don't let those monsters out of your sight. He gritted his teeth in fear. This was turning into a nightmare. Thugs poured out of every alleyway, ships, and docks. A massive wave of armed men chased them through the streets. 𝑩𝒄𝒎𝒆 kept a sharp eye on Lien Hoa's safety. Reaching a dead end, he gestured for her to stay close. They landed in a silent alley, ready to face the horde. It was 2 against dozens, but the protagonists held the absolute advantage. Thugs were tossed aside like broken dolls in succession. The leader cursed as his men were dismantled. 𝑩𝒄𝒎𝒆 and Lien Hoa didn't linger. They vanished back into the shadows. Surround them! Use numbers to crush them! The leader yelled, but his subordinates trembled, barely able to follow the command. Lien Hoa panted while running. They aren't even a threat, yet they're so persistent. Why go this far for some gold? That's the terrifying power of greed, 𝑩𝒄𝒎𝒆 replied. Hurry! We need to head back to the inn for our weapons. She looked at him curiously. Those weaklings aren't really a problem for us, are they? Do we really need the swords? Mid-air acrobats. Even without weapons, their synergy is absolutely unstoppable. Lotus, watch out. A sneak attack targets her blind spot. Lightning speed. 𝑩𝒄𝒎𝒆 shatters the blade with a burst of chi. Are you okay? She thanks him, catching her breath in the chaos. No time to rest. Stay sharp. These thugs aren't just fodder. They reach the inn, but the bandit army has already surrounded them. The rats are trapped. The goons think they've finally won. Don't get cocky. The leader knows he's facing a true master. Burn them alive. The night turns into a blazing inferno. Trapped in the fire. 𝑩𝒄𝒎𝒆 readies his shield for a breakout. We have to leave. I won't let this innocent shop burn down. The strategy is set. He will take the boss while she handles the rest. What? Her pride as the Putao Guild lady is deeply wounded. You think I'm weak? She grips her sword, eyes burning with rage. He messed up. He didn't mean to insult her warrior spirit. I'll show you. She charges out, ignoring his calls to wait. A strike from the heavens. But the boss just laughs at her. Steel clashes. A high-stakes duel begins under the moonlight. Blades blur. But after a few exchanges, Lotus starts to tire. The trap shuts. Bandits cut off her escape as she falters. Her guard breaks. I can't stop this next strike in time. Got you! The boss sneers, going in for the kill. Suddenly, a flash of light. His sword shatters into 1,000 pieces. The ground groans. Broken steel is driven deep into the earth. The light explodes. Bandits are mowed down like grass in a storm. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆's hidden power. One move to wipe out the entire army. Walking through the wreckage. Are you all right, Lotus? Reality sets in. I'm sorry. I was way too reckless. The boss freezes. Against a monster like this, resistance is futile. I surrender! Please! He drops his weapon, begging for his life. A Zhejiang warrior? 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 sees the truth behind the mask. How pathetic. A righteous hero selling his soul for coin. Shamed into silence, 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 demands the name of the mastermind. Who's the puppet master? Talk, if you want to see tomorrow. Meanwhile, the corrupt banker is dreaming of his stolen gold. Wake up, hui-sung. A voice shatters the peaceful night. Who's there? The banker roars, his dream turned to ash. Boom! The door flies off its hinges. The reckoning is here. Sorry I'm late. We have some serious business to discuss. The coward spilled it all. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 tracked the snake to its den, killing clients instead of paying debts. A truly disgusting plan. He cracks his knuckles. Ready to talk about my money now? Pure terror. The banker realizes he's facing a martial god. He hits the floor, groveling. I'm sorry. Please, forgive me. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 stares him down. Apologies are useless. Give me the gold. Let's talk about the gold, hui-sung. Pain filled the manager's eyes. 500,000 silver. It's yours. That includes interest and blood money. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 stroked his chin. Will you give me everything I desire? After your crimes, it's only fair. The manager trembled. My power is limited. Young master, I can't do the impossible, but I will satisfy your every demand. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆's hunger was bottomless. He wanted the entire bank. I require 500,000 silver, even though my life is worth a kingdom. The old man turned to stone. Hui-sung broke into a cold sweat. That amount will destroy our entire organization. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 stood, his aura exploding. Misunderstandings remain. I am not here to negotiate. Hui-sung shook like a leaf. I could erase your world tonight. You want a bargain? Fine. He reached for his legendary blade. I'll show you where you belong. The boss knew he wasn't bluffing. A monster no one could stop. The manager wept. I understand now. But 1 million silver means bankruptcy. He regretted touching this demon. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 drew his steel. He wouldn't stop. But Lianhua held his arm. Stop. Don't become a killer for mere coins. She looked into his soul. Do you truly want to be a beast like them? Her words snapped him back. He relaxed, sheathing his sword. I knew you'd say that. He glared at the coward. I could destroy you, but I am a man of mercy. No blood today. I'll take only what you can afford. Hui-sung's eyes filled with tears. But it better be enough, or things won't be so easy. The manager sighed in relief. Lianhua watched him with pure pride. Night fell upon the city. The pair returned to the inn to rest. He watched the glowing moon. I lost my cool today. It was a mistake. Lianhua changed her clothes. Even so, your power terrifies me. You are stronger than anyone. I can only stop you with words. Her voice was heavy with worry. Forgive me for causing you pain. I am the 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆's clan's young master. I won't lose my path. She wondered if he was right. I trust you. Are we going to Ondu? 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 nodded. Nothing's left for us here. She stepped closer. She sat on his lap softly. I want to follow you. Can I? He laughed at her shyness. What can't you do? Morning arrived at the docks. A boat? He nodded. We need a ship for all this silver. He scanned the horizon. There must be a ship heading for Ondu. He approached a local official. I'm looking for a vessel. The man checked his list. "Tuan-du? And your name, sir?" "I am 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆." The manager bowed his head instantly. "Young Master 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆, I've been waiting." He pointed to a massive ship. "This vessel bears your name. It's ready to sail whenever you are." "A legendary merchant ship? Who ordered this?" 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 was stunned. "It was Lady 𝑰𝒏𝒗𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆, sir." Meanwhile, news reached the great mansion. The servants rushed to 𝑰𝒏𝒗𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆. "The young master has boarded the ship." Yi-sang sipped her tea. "The boat I prepared was useful after all. Now, I have one question. What's your real goal, 𝑰𝒏𝒗𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃? Why tell me this secret?" 𝑰𝒏𝒗𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆's face turned beet red. "I only shared his words. How could I move a ship alone?" "Cut the act, 𝑰𝒏𝒗𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃. I know you're hiding your true power level. You aren't just some ordinary woman. My intel says otherwise. Why did you hand me the chance to win young Master 𝑉𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's favor so easily?" 𝑰𝒏𝒗𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃 fell silent, her composure cracking. Seeing this, Yi-sang pressed on with her intense interrogation. "Normally, you'd fight for his attention. As women, we both know the hidden desires of the heart, don't we?" 𝒰𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's voice turned somber. "I only wish to repay the young master's kindness. Besides, I believe." She looked at Yi-sang. "You are the perfect match. Only you have the power to truly support his rise." That sincere praise made Yi-sang blush like a ripe tomato. Stuttering, she thanked her for the unexpected recognition. "Forgive me, I completely misjudged you. You truly are a pure soul, putting the young master's interests first." Before leaving, Yi-sang dropped a bombshell. "You misunderstood us, too. The young master and I have officially broken up. You're smart, but dangerously naive." 𝒰𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 stood up in shock. The news hit her like a critical blow. "Let me give you one last tip. Be honest with yourself." With those words, Yi-sang vanished from sight. Left alone, 𝒰𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's mind was a chaotic storm. Her heart beat only for her dear young master. She gazed toward the harbor, searching the horizon for 𝑉𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's silhouette. A few days passed in anxious waiting. The clan elites lined the docks in a massive formation. The most important figures gathered to welcome their hero. Little 𝒁𝒄𝒂𝒏𝒄 was there, buzzing with excitement. "My senior brother is finally back. I'll wait right here." Clutching his scrolls, the boy had endless stories. Suddenly, 𝑉𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 and Lianhua stepped off the vessel. The entire clan bowed in perfect unison. "Welcome home, young master. We celebrate your safe and victorious return." 𝒁𝒂𝒎𝒆 laughed at the grand display. "It feels like I've been gone for decades." 𝒁𝒄𝒂𝒏𝒄 charged forward. 𝒁𝒂𝒎𝒆's father stepped forward with a warm smile. "Welcome back, my son." 𝒁𝒂𝒎𝒆 immediately checked his health. "I am well, and seeing you standing tall is all I need." 𝒁𝒂𝒎𝒆 noted his father's lingering worry. "Can't you see how much my power has grown?" The old man chuckled. "You'll always be my little boy." 𝒁𝒂𝒎𝒆 looked at his brother trailing behind. Before he could finish his thought, the boy tackled him. "Brother, I missed you." 𝒁𝒂𝒎𝒆 gently patted his head. "I'm back. But why the long face, little one?" 𝒁𝒄𝒂𝒏𝒄 sniffled through his tears. "I was so worried. But I'm just so happy you're finally safe." 𝒁𝒂𝒎𝒆 felt a pang of guilt. "You must not have received any updates. I apologize for the silence." 𝒁𝒂𝒏𝒄 wiped his eyes and smiled. "It's okay. I knew you were busy conquering challenges." Father watched happily. "I'm glad to see such brotherly harmony. Lately, 𝒁𝒂𝒏𝒄 has been working tirelessly for the hidden secret sect. You've already started? Impressive, little brother." 𝒁𝒂𝒎𝒆 was genuinely surprised by the boy's sudden initiative. 𝒁𝒂𝒏𝒄 blushed at the praise. "I'm just assisting Lady 𝒰𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆." Mentioning her name made his heart race. He recalled their conversation. "Lady 𝒰𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆, are you sure you don't want to greet my brother at the docks?" She had insisted she was too busy. "The young master will come to find me himself," she claimed confidently. Having greeted his brother, 𝒁𝒂𝒄 was eager to leave. "I've got to go. Lady 𝒰𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 needs me. She's swamped with sect business." 𝒁𝒂𝒎𝒆 felt a bit neglected. They had barely spoken after his long absence. Leaving so soon? Despite his words, 𝒁𝒂𝒎𝒆 didn't stop him. He just watched with a proud smile. "𝒁𝒂𝒄 really leveled up while I was away." His father agreed, proud the boy found his own path. "It's a relief to see him finally take charge." 𝒁𝒂𝒎𝒆 then confessed his true feelings to his father. "To be honest, it's a bit bittersweet. It feels like my precious little brother has evolved into someone else." Father roared with laughter. "Now you understand the heart of a parent." He then glanced at Lianhua behind. "Who is this stunning warrior woman?" Is she another legendary ally? The father teased his son playfully. That's a very long story, 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 replied. As a modern man, the father quickly accepted their relationship. Finding love amidst the chaos is a rare feat. At the manor, the servants stood in perfect formation. They bowed low in respect. We offer our greetings to the great master and the young master. These troops are well trained. Father explained they were elite talents recruited to meet 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏's high standards. It's all thanks to your expert leadership, father. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏 then ordered the maids to prepare for 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏, you should go and get some well-deserved rest first. I will join you very soon. Rest for now. I have matters to discuss with father. 𝒏𝒄𝒏𝒄𝒏 nods as the old man watches with growing curiosity. You must be exhausted, son. Why not rest? But 𝒏𝒄𝒏 refuses. I'd rather receive guidance from a legendary master. Realizing his son's intent, the two warriors take their positions on the family's grand sparring stage. 𝒏𝒄𝒏's father strikes first without hesitation. He unleashes the heavenly wave, a devastating opening blow. Azure sword chi clashes violently against 𝒏𝒄𝒏's golden aura. 𝒏𝒄𝒏 flips midair, gracefully dodging the next strike. He counters with the Moonlight Heaven sword. The fierce technique is powerful enough to push the great patriarch back. Not letting up, 𝒏𝒄𝒏 lunges forward again. His father spins his blade, desperately trying to parry the relentless assault. Their powers collide midair with a deafening roar. The shockwave is so intense, it shatters a corner of the arena. As the smoke clears, the father is kneeling and coughing. Meanwhile, 𝒏𝒄𝒏 stands calm, not even breaking a sweat. Shall we continue? The father waves his hand in defeat. I lose. 𝒏𝒄𝒏 smiles, sheathing his sword. Forgive me, father. The father sighs in awe. I thought the merchant's divine pills made me stronger, but compared to you, I've barely moved. 𝒏𝒄𝒏 remains humble. It's not that. I've just had a few lucky opportunities to grow. Stroking his beard, the father asks, You're seeking the 𝒏𝒏𝒄𝒏 medicine, right? I've heard rumors about the situation. Building a bond between 𝒏𝒏𝒄𝒏 and the Bega family will be expensive. How can you possibly afford it? After the duel, they sit to discuss business. 𝒏𝒄𝒏 reveals his secret plan to fund their rising empire. We can use the hidden treasures from my past life as the Thunder God. His father gasps in pure shock. With that funding, they could move 𝒏𝒏𝒄𝒏's forces freely. One more thing. People will have many questions for us. How will you answer them? 𝒏𝒄𝒏 turns serious. Father, you likely know of the heavenly demon cult in the skies. The name triggers dark memories. The heavenly demon cult? Those monsters are appearing once again? It's hard to believe. They were only defeated when the previous Thunder God sacrificed his life. If we don't strike back now, the martial world will drown in blood. I must evolve the Bega family. I'll turn our clan into a force capable of crushing the Asura family and surpassing the seven heavens. The father nods, sensing his son's ambition. I understand, but challenging the Asura family with just the Bega clan is suicide. Walking through the forest behind their home, 𝒏𝒄𝒏 agrees with his father's grim assessment. Exactly. That's why I'll make the Bega family the head of the Dead River martial arts to unite everyone's power. It's a massive dream. His father hesitates. It sounds like a fantasy, but maybe you're the one to make it real. After a moment of silence, he decides to bet everything on his eldest son. Fine. I will trust your lead. With family business settled, the father asks a personal question. So, tell me about that young lady you brought back. 𝒏𝒄𝒏 introduces her. She's the lady of the Puto family. We met by chance and stayed together out of affection. The father wonders if this is a strategic political alliance, but 𝒏𝒄𝒏 shakes his head. It's not like that. But honestly, I care for her deeply. The father smiles, granting his son the right to choose. Days pass, and they finally return home. Entering his room, he finds 𝒏𝒄𝒏 fast asleep on a chair. The moment the door creaks, she jumps up. Without a word, she lunges forward and pulls him into a tight hug. Aren't you tired? He asks tenderly. She looks up. Not really. I've rested. Are we going out? I have so much to show you, he whispers. 𝒏𝒄𝒏 beams. I want to see everything, especially where you lived. 𝒏𝒄𝒏 takes her hand, leading her through the bustling streets of his city like a proud tour guide. They visit a famous local eatery, sitting on the balcony to watch the sunset over the busy harbor. When the seafood and roasted meats arrive, 𝒏𝒄𝒏's eyes sparkle. They feast until the table is completely bare. Later, they walk to a nearby forest to visit an old friend. The young master there can't stop praising 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆. You're truly incredible, brother. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 waves him off, embarrassed by the sudden hero worship. Seeing how everyone looks up to him, Manhwa realizes that her companion is a true hero of this world. On the way home, she confesses her fears. Beside you, I feel so small. Sometimes, you feel so far away. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 chuckles, realizing she was worrying about nothing. He gently lifts her chin to meet his gaze. I'm just a guy who almost drowned in a river. You're the one who saved that dying man. Isn't that enough? He looks straight into her eyes. Being with you makes me happy. So please, don't ever feel alone again. His words struck a deep chord. She embraced him tightly, whispering an apology as 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's voice turned incredibly gentle. Admitting his own faults, he confessed he'd let her feel lonely. Then, he led her toward a mysterious, grand destination. He wanted to introduce her to someone special. Intrigued, Manhwa followed her beloved master without a single protest. Simply being by 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's side was her only desire. Soon, a massive, luxurious mansion loomed before them in the snow. 𝑰𝒏𝒃𝒂𝒎𝒆 was already waiting there. Seeing this beautiful stranger alongside the master, Manhwa felt a sharp pang of jealousy. 𝒰𝒏𝒃𝒂𝒎𝒆 blushed, greeting the young master. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 held Manhwa's hand firmly as they entered, announcing their long-awaited return. Witnessing their closeness, Lady Jian turned away in sorrow. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 smiled. Expressing his sincere joy at seeing her again, she bowed, relieved by his safe return. When asked about his companion, he introduced Manhwa as his legendary savior. He brought her home to repay his debt. 𝒰𝒏𝒃𝒂𝒎𝒆's mind raced with suspicion. Who exactly was this mysterious girl? She greeted Manhwa, mentioning the Puto clan. As the head steward, 𝒰𝒏𝒃𝒂𝒎𝒆 apologized for the delay in service. Urgent matters required their immediate attention. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 stepped forward, ready to delve into the secrets of the martial world. She apologized for not visiting sooner. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 cut through her hesitation, understanding the complex situation of the Sky Clan. He felt he should have reached out first. Meanwhile, Manhwa fumed silently, annoyed by their close and familiar dynamic. Why were they so intimate? Why was she brought here? 𝒰𝒏𝒃𝒂𝒎𝒆 promised to return after finishing her pressing tasks. She noted that 𝒰𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 was waiting nearby. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 smiled gratefully as the two of them were finally left alone. He realized Manhwa hadn't met 𝒰𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 yet. His younger brother? 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 led her toward a private room. 𝒰𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 was currently assisting with vital clan business. Manhwa followed dutifully, though her heart remained heavy with doubt. Was she just a guest for his brother? 𝒰𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 shouted in pure joy the moment he saw the young master. 𝒁𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 laughed, teasing his brother about looking like a librarian. The desk was buried under a mountain of scrolls. 𝒰𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 claimed he still had much to learn. They were gathering intel on the mysterious divine realm and hidden rumors. Manhwa stared at the massive stacks of records. She composed herself and offered a polite greeting to young 𝒰𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆. 𝒁𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 officially introduced the pair. This was his younger brother, Big 𝒰𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆, and this was Manhwa of Puto. She smiled, pleased to be introduced. 𝒰𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 responded with perfect manners, welcoming her into their secret inner circle. The three sat to talk. 𝒁𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 noticed 𝒰𝒏𝒃𝒂𝒎𝒆 leaving. She approached soon after, asking if they'd been waiting. Time had flown by while chatting with 𝒰𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆. 𝒁𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 then turned to Manhwa with a very specific request. He needed to find the master. He asked her to wait with 𝒰𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆. Though flustered, she reluctantly agreed to stay. 𝒰𝒏𝒃𝒂𝒎𝒆 read her emotions perfectly. 𝒁𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 eventually entered the inner chamber to meet the legendary Thien Luohoa. She praised his achievements in Yiju. His efforts had successfully repelled the enemies of the secret Sky Clan's ancient legacy. He humbly replied it was his duty. The threat of the demon lord Mammon was growing far too serious. Trouble was brewing in the heart of the Murim world. 𝒰𝒏𝒃𝒂𝒎𝒆 noted they needed to monitor the Asura clan. Following the war with the Sama clan, the Namgung and Wango families had launched their own secret investigations. Even the Shaolin and Wudang sects were acting suspiciously, refusing to cooperate or reveal any hidden clues they had found. 𝒁𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 sensed a trap. The demon lord's influence had likely already infiltrated the highest ranks of the martial world. They had been tracking the sudden rise of various factions over the past 10 years, searching for any dark anomalies. 𝒰𝒏𝒃𝒂𝒎𝒆 promised a full report soon. 𝒁𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 declared his intent to unite his forces against the rising darkness. He planned to conquer the 10 Zhejiang sects first. He would soon become the absolute leader of the Zhejiang region. 𝒰𝒏𝒃𝒂𝒎𝒆 smiled, confident in his success. 𝒁𝒄𝒄 was already gathering critical intelligence on those 10 rival sects. It was best to consult 𝒁𝒄𝒄 for the details. 𝒁𝒄𝒏 agreed, eager to see his brother's hard work. He admired how well she knew his brother. They had to keep digging for information on the Demon Lord's cult. 𝒁𝒄𝒄 would continue his tireless search. She nodded, acknowledging the young master's command with absolute, unwavering loyalty. 𝒁𝒄𝒏's tone shifted. It was time to discuss the most vital matter between their two legendary and powerful clans. The atmosphere grew tense. Surely, he wasn't talking about. 𝒁𝒄𝒏 mentioned the Secret Sky Clan's massive management funds. They looked dejected but promised to keep their word. They would provide information even without a heavy gold payment. 𝒁𝒄𝒏 disagreed. Their mission wasn't just about charity. That information was worth 10 million gold pieces at least. Luckily, he had secured the necessary funds. The power dynamic of the entire martial world was about to shift. 100,000 gold for the snowy seedlings. The legacy of the sprout god is finally ours. Pure joy erupts. Snowblossom cries in gratitude as our evolved vegetable hero secures their future. Growth is coming, but the divine sprout, 𝒁𝒄𝒏, must depart to continue his secret evolution. Blossom's smile turns to sorrow. She calls to him, her heart heavy with unspoken plant-like devotion. The question burns. What is his true bond with that petal girl from the Putao clan? Suddenly, Lotus interjects. We're soulmates, she claims, clinging to our hero's powerful, evolved arm. A survival tale turned romance. Blossom can only offer a pained, fake smile at their union. This thorny love triangle is exhausting. 𝒁𝒄𝒏 asks awkwardly if she is truly doing all right. She lies, claiming they have no special bond, as he prepares to leave the garden behind. Lotus pulls him away to admire the moon, leaving Blossom alone with her bitter, lonely thoughts. She's tougher than she looks, Blossom whispers, drowning in her own hidden feelings for the master. Even while walking with Lotus, 𝒁𝒄𝒏's mind drifts back to the delicate snowy sprout he left. Meanwhile, at the Great Root headquarters, the 10 masters of the forest gather in dark tension. An eerie energy chokes the Murim world. The winds of change are shaking the Jezong garden. A grand summit is called. New talents and ancient roots must answer the forest leader's summons. The message spreads like wildfire, reaching every corner of the secret martial vegetation across the land. From the Pung sect to the Dongmu masters, every powerful faction receives the urgent call. But the Black Blade leader shreds the scroll. That tiny sprout, 𝒁𝒄𝒏. How dare he? It's all his doing. He snarls, realizing the weak weed has become a massive, looming threat. Are you certain it was that crippled sprout who kidnapped the Hangdu leader? He bellows. The moves were identical. The guard quakes. Wasn't his inner core supposed to be shattered forever? I didn't know he could evolve this fast. The subordinate trembles before his master's terrifying fury. Beyond power, he has amassed a fortune. The Black Blade leader sees through the old man's scheme. He plans to consume all factions and reign as the supreme sovereign of the entire Jezong. Trouble is blooming, yet a wicked, sinister grin spreads across the Black Blade leader's face. Chaos is a fertilizer. The Black Sword clan will use this confusion to seize the garden. Let the Snow clan feel pride now. Once the Beck family falls, we shall dominate everything. Back with 𝒁𝒄𝒏, the trap is set. Those arrogant fools will walk right into his snare. Lotus sighs, bored on her bed. My hero hasn't appeared for several days now. How lonely. 𝒁𝒄𝒏 apologizes. Leading a clan and burying the past is a heavy, soul-crushing burden. If I marry him, will our lives always be this hectic? She wonders, tossing and turning. A knock at the door. 𝒁𝒄𝒏 arrives, his presence radiating a strange, divine plant god aura. Her face beams. Where to next? Can I join you? Come inside. The rain is coming. He politely declines. Not today, but I need you to bring your sword for the clan. Teach the new recruits the deadly Putao petal arts, he requests, looking into her surprised eyes. As they walk, 𝒁𝒄𝒏 realizes she's adorable, but her swordplay is like a 1,000-armed deity. The training grounds erupt. The trainees prepare to face the wrath of the lethal petal lady. Steel meets steel. Lotus moves with the grace of a flower, but the speed of lightning. With a flick, her opponent's blade flies. Her cold steel rests against his terrified throat. I surrender, he gasps. The legendary skills of the Putao clan are truly a nightmare. She smiles gently. You have spirit, but you're gripping that hilt like a dying, weak vine. She turns and winks at 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆, a playful, arrogant light shining in her beautiful eyes. Another challenger steps forward. My turn, he shouts, drawing his blade with intense, burning focus. The atmosphere shifts instantly. Lotus's expression turns ice cold as she raises her weapon to strike. She's done playing. With a burst of speed, she shatters his defense like brittle, dry wood. Her counterattack was instantaneous. I pushed my limits, fueled by pure martial excitement. Most foes would crumble, but she is a legendary titan of the Puto clan. A formidable opponent. Yan He's 100-spirit wrath struck with lethal, divine precision. They still have much to learn. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 mused before 𝑰𝒏𝒃𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆's voice cut through. I surrender. 𝑙ianhua gasped. Overwhelming power isn't enough. A true master needs technique. Focus on skill, 𝑙ianhua lectured, secretly desperate for 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆's rare word of praise. Her face darkened. He was laughing with another girl. Who is this mysterious rival? I'll dispatch a top-tier warrior for the supply check, 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 stated coldly to 𝑰𝒏𝒃𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆. 𝑙ianhua's fury peaked. Is it over? He asked, completely oblivious to her burning jealousy. You ignored me, she screamed. He stammered, claiming they were discussing critical clan business. Enough. I fought for you, yet you play with her? Her heart was shattering. She pointed at 𝑰𝒏𝒃𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆. Caught in the crossfire, 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 introduced his new partner. This is Lady Yu, he explained, but 𝑙ianhua stormed off, her pride in tatters. My apologies, Lady Yu, he sighed. She laughed, recognizing the Puto clan's legendary temper. You're whipped, young master, she teased before requesting a serious, private conversation. 𝑙ianhua sat alone until 𝑰𝒏𝒃𝒄𝒊𝒃 approached. Forgive my tardiness, the rival said smoothly. I am 𝑰𝒏𝒃𝒃 of the 𝑰𝒏𝒃, and you are the Puto heiress. Silence followed. Let's be real, you're jealous. 𝑰𝒏𝒃 smirked. In love, that's a common weakness. Relax. The young master and I are just business partners. The past is dead. 𝑙ianhua froze. Then came the sting. Are you truly worthy of his greatness? Excuse me? 𝑙ianhua stood, trembling with rage. You think I'm not enough for him? Don't be angry. This isn't a judgment. It's a warning from one woman to another. A noble lady with such wild swordplay. You're nothing like the girls I know. 𝑙ianhua softened. What do you mean? 𝑰𝒏𝒃 sensed her internal, restless struggle. You lack patience. You can't stand being apart from him for even a second. Waiting isn't your style. I couldn't handle a man destined to lead a great clan. Can you survive a life of solitude? Can you ever be content as ordinary again? 𝑙ianhua was speechless. He's a hero, 𝑰𝒏𝒃 continued. Women will always swarm him. Will you spend your life drowning in jealousy? I don't think you can take it. Think on that. 𝑰𝒏𝒃 turned to leave, but 𝑙ianhua's voice exploded with defiance. You just want me gone. 𝑰𝒏𝒃 smiled. I told you, we are finished. I have no hidden agenda. 𝑙ianhua blinked, confused by the woman's strange honesty. As someone who loved him, I can't watch another fool suffer like I did. That heartbreak. It's unbearable. Both women departed, their hearts weighed down by shadows. Training resumed. 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 lectured on the soul of the blade when a messenger arrived. We have the response. Sooner than I thought, 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 muttered, his eyes sharpening. He read the letter and smiled. Time to move. He searched for his beloved's face. 𝑙ianhua, he called. I'm sorry for being so distant lately. It won't happen again. Are you hurt? She shook her head. No. I've just been a bother. Leaving again? I must see 𝒁𝒂𝒃 for intel. Her heart sank. So, more waiting for me? He winced. This is vital for the upcoming exams. But I promise you tonight. Tonight and tomorrow are ours. She nodded weakly, knowing his promises were often fleeting. Another girl waved a bubbly goodbye. 𝑙ianhua watched, her spirit sinking into darkness. Back with 𝒁𝒂𝒃 and 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒄𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆, the mission began. The 10 factions are gathering. A new martial era begins, 𝒁𝒂𝒃 shouted. The path to godhood was finally opening. The tide of power is shifting. The proposal to elect a new leader has been approved. Backed by factions with dark ambitions, it was an inevitable move. But a shadow of doubt remains. Just why did the Hangdu clan lose such a staggering fortune? My theory? They are secretly entwined with the Nightsword clan. If he truly hails from that bloodline, the game has just changed. You know of their legend? Our hero smirks. Honestly, on my journey back, I crossed paths with those very snakes. I didn't just beat them, I reclaimed Hongdu's gold with a hefty side of interest. Muok's jaw drops in pure shock. I had no desire for their coin, but they simply wouldn't stop pestering us. Muok laughs as expected from his legendary senior. The Night Sword clan is desperate to block our path to mastery. Now, their burning hatred for the clan will only grow more lethal. Most sects only follow the Night Sword clan for the money. You can't build a delivery empire without a mountain of gold. Lady Tuyet-An speaks up. Munpango dreams of becoming a supreme master, a goal they share with the Bijang clan. To rule as great commander, you need the support of at least 6 major sects. Aim for that throne during the upcoming trials. No one can stand against you now. Since you're here, I'm certain the other sects will rally to our banner. Our clan's reputation is about to explode. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 smiles. They will follow us because I will lead them to absolute victory. Lady Jian, please scout the other factions. We must uncover their true desires and needs to bind them to our cause. I will give my all, she vows. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 softens his tone, apologizing for placing such a heavy burden on her shoulders. You surely have your own struggles to face. She blushes deeply. Please, don't apologize. Being useful to you is my greatest joy. Suddenly, her voice falters. Young master, you're leaving soon, aren't you? He nods. In just a few days. Tuyet-An hesitates, her heart visible in her eyes. Could you take me with you? Muok watches, feeling the tension rise. He chases after his senior. Brother, can we speak in private for a moment? 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 pauses and turns back. They enter a quiet pavilion. I'm sorry for prying, Muok begins. But are you aware of Lady Jian's feelings for you? 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 is genuinely stunned. I had no idea. Truly, I never felt that kind of spark between us. Why didn't you give her an answer? You just avoided the subject. To my eyes, it seems you care for her too. Surprisingly, he admits it. Yes, I do have feelings for Lady Jian. But he doesn't know Lianhua is listening from the shadows. She stands frozen, her heart shattering. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 continues. I simply do not chase after every woman who seeks me out. Lianhua gave me her whole heart, so I must honor her devotion with my own. Muok feels a pang of pity for Lady Jian. Still, it feels so unfair for her. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 smiles sadly. I have my reasons for being so guarded with my heart. I only protect those I truly love. Muok is baffled. Guarded? I don't understand what you mean. From this day forth, I will stand at the peak of Zhejiang. I will face monsters like Yuseong in a battle for survival. The road ahead is long and paved with blood. Any woman by my side will be dragged into this violent destiny. That is why I won't reach out first. I am waiting for the one who can endure it all beside me. That is my caution. As night falls, 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 turns to Lianhua. I'm heading to the Zhejiang Martial Arts Assembly in Gunghua very soon. She nods, prepared for his departure. But then, he asks, Lianhua, if you're willing, why don't we go together? She gasps in disbelief. Me? Does this mean I am finally a true part of the 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 clan? He smiles warmly. She throws her arms around his neck. Are you really trying to steal a warrior from the Butao organization? He whispers. The choice is yours alone. She leans in, her eyes shining. Can you hold me tonight? The night is still young, he replies. They share a final, tender night. But when dawn breaks, 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 finds the bed beside him empty. Only a letter remains. I'm sorry for leaving without a word, it says. But I believe this is the only right choice for us. I loved being yours. But I cannot bear the thought of waiting for you in agonizing loneliness. I am not strong enough to live for a shadow. I want to walk beside you, but I cannot abandon my duty to Butao. Wandering aimlessly is not my path. I truly love you. You will forever be my eternal first love. One day, I will meet you again with my head held high. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 finishes the letter, his heart heavy. You're right, Lianhua. Staying with me would only waste your precious time. He sets off for Pundo City in Gunghua. No sooner does he arrive than a familiar voice rings out through the crowd. There you are. You're late. 𝒏𝒄𝒎𝒆 laughs, greeting his old friend. I thought I escaped the clan, yet here you are. His friend grins. Look who's talking. Enough with the old faces, take a look at these new recruits. It's 𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏 of the Bijang clan. It's been ages, 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆. You're looking more powerful than ever. The girl beams with pure excitement. It's so good to see you, Brother Vokwon. You look absolutely incredible. He just laughs. Bon pouted in jealousy, complaining she never spoke like that to him. Our hero was totally ignored. Hey, I'm still here, Bon shouted. Time to head to the feast and celebrate this legendary reunion together. So, the 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆 trials are part of this festival? He nodded. I'll gather every ultimate technique here. Doesn't this feel suspicious? They asked. Our protagonist simply smirked. This vibe, it was all too familiar. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifted. A group of arrogant warriors from the Chonjiang Moon sect blocked their path. Leading the pack, their leader sneered. Well, what do we have here? Look who decided to show up. The dragon warrior of 𝑩𝒄𝒂𝒎𝒆, back from the dead? He mocked. It's been a long time, resurrected trash. That name is history, he replied. I don't care what tricks you're planning for this martial arts festival. Tricks won't save you here. The protagonist laughed. Tricks? Isn't that the specialty of your pathetic Nightsword clan? You guys love money more than your lives, right? Infuriated, the enemy roared. You bastard! Shut your mouth! He lunged for a strike, but was instantly blocked. I'm not finished yet, our hero said, chillingly calm. Jin Un's heart raced. Just how strong had he become? Suddenly, an intervention. Come on now, we're friends. No need to growl at each other after so long. Can't we just stop this petty fighting now? Our hero smirked. Trying to hide your excitement? There's no need for such a violent welcome, you know. Fuming, Jin Un turned away. Cheat all you want, but that monster hunt prize is mine. Don't even dream. Watching him leave, he asked, You don't want to serve him, do you? Bon sighed. That's a pain. I'm on your side, his ally added. But you'd better start gathering supporters fast to win this. He nodded. Let's just enjoy the feast for now. It's been ages since we've shared a drink. Father would be proud, he thought. But as he stepped inside, a swarm of beautiful girls immediately surrounded him. That's it for today. Smash that like and share button if you want more epic manhwa recaps.